TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
The Six Sides of Steel to me is it's one of those matches you really cannot prepare for.
Six Sides of Steel is a pretty lethal match because, well, it's six sides of steel. I mean, that's pretty much it.
There's different aspects of the Six Sides of Steel that have been brought into play every year on Lockdown, and it's a spectacle, so to speak.
You know, those two extra sides of steel, you know, makes it a little harder on the body, a little harder in the head when you get your head rammed into it.
It's dangerous enough as it is being in the Six Sides of Steel, and anything can happen. But when you see some of the innovative moves that some of the athletes do in TNA, you find out that it becomes 10 times more dangerous.
Anytime you have an inanimate object, especially one as big as a cage, you know, it's dangerous. And, the last thing you want to do is get caught on the top of that thing and get knocked off, which has happened to me, and believe me, it doesn't tickle. So it's, for getting your face grinded into it or going into it head first or whatever, it's a brutal match, and it can take some time off your career for sure.
You can't prepare for this match. It is what it is. It's Six Sides of Steel. Just don't get thrown into it. Maybe it's a mindset.
You gotta be a little bit crazy to step in, you know? You gotta be a little bit off your rocker.
Outside of, going and shutting yourself up in a zoo, I mean, it's just not something that's easily trained for.
All you can do to prepare really is just try to be one step ahead of your opponent.
You just have to say your prayers before you go in there, and God willing, you come out in one piece.
It's a tough match, man, and you're never gonna get out of one without any injury, so you can just kind of cross that off and have that, and kind of know that going in.
Wrestling's dangerous enough as it is, but when you start messing with the Six Sides of Steel, I mean, anything can happen, and injuries happen all the time.
Before I enter the Six Sides of Steel, I get scared, I get excited, all in one.
The only emotion I have when I go in that Six Sides of Steel is fear. I'm afraid.
I mean, your career could be ended in a match like this.
I think anytime you're in that ring, there's chance of something happening that you may not walk out of there, the same, or walk out of there, period.
There's a gambit of emotions that go through your mind. I mean, it's a little bit of fear, a little bit of adrenaline.
I try to treat it like it's any other match, just go in and take care of my business and get out with all my bearings.
That match has not been particularly well for me. I'd say 75% chance I've had some kind of injury.
A lot of people don't know when you get thrown against the cage, I mean, it cuts your back up, it cuts your front, your head.
Dislocated an elbow, fractured my eye socket. I mean, it's a real tough match to kind of go through.
I'd much rather have a match where I don't have to worry about being in there, that I can just worry about going out there and wrestling, than having to go through the torture that you do in that kind of match. You know you're going to go out there and put everything on the line. And when you put everything on the line and you give your very best and you let the adrenaline pump, there's going to be a much higher risk for injury. Therefore, a much higher risk of someone ending their career.
How do I deal with the reality of, this could be it. This could be the last match I'll ever wrestle? I don't deal with it at all. I don't think about it. It is what it is. Whatever happens in that ring happens.
You know that it's there, that it can happen. It's like that, not just in our sport, but in any sport. In football, if you turn the wrong way, you can blow your knee out. In hockey, you can get hit from behind and go into the boards head first and break your neck. It's no different in this sport, you know what I mean? In a blink of an eye, it can all be over.
You don't think when you're inside there. The only thing you can do is put your life in God's hands and just hope for the best, that he's watching over you and help you get out of that cage.
Six Sides of Steel is the ultimate match in TNA because it's Six Sides of Steel. You know there's going to be blood.
It puts two guys inside of a steel cage, and you cannot go anywhere.
Once that door closes, I mean, it's just you in whatever situation that you got yourself into. So, I mean, either you fight your way out or you get carried out.
This is it. This is the final chapter in the near 2-year rivalry of Triple X and America's Most Wanted. We've seen these two teams fight for the right to be called the best tag team in TNA history. And what better way to settle the score once and for all than to climb inside the Six Sides of Steel, the most dangerous, the most violent, the best team. And yes, the most barbaric battleground in the sport of professional wrestling.
Oh, it absolutely is. And the last time these four were inside a steel cage, AMW, America's Most Wanted, were able to pull the distance when Wildcat Chris Harris went to the top and connected perfectly. And that was the end of Christopher Daniels. There was no way he was getting up for that one. So you know Triple X has extra payback in mind. But you know, you talked about this cage. Here comes America's Most Wanted. I've discovered with the 6 sides, the cage has less play. So when you hit it, it's like hitting a wall.
That's what AMW told us earlier. He said it's not like that 4-sided steel cage. Totally different, and they also have to have a different game plan and a different strategy. Well, it was the NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, who said that we're going to finish it once and for all. Dusty raised the bar. Dusty upped the ante. He added the stipulation that the losing team will never team again. One team will emerge, one team will disband, because the losers must split up forever.
I thought I saw like a pair of handcuffs.
What I thought too. Harris had handcuffs?
Yes, it looked like Wildcat Chris Harris had handcuffs.
And we've seen Triple X use the handcuffs on AMW in the past. How many times have we seen it, Don? Where they handcuffed AMW to the ring ropes and then just beating the hell out of them.
Oh, you better believe it. And you can see right here, AMW focused. I've never seen these two more focused than they were today, and I gotta say the same thing about Triple X.
I was just gonna say, I've never seen these 4 more focused. You talk about game faces. All 4 of these individuals have their game faces on because they realize that one of these 2 teams, the losing team in this 6 sides of steel, will never, ever team again.
When you think about what this 6-sided ring does when a steel cage is put around it, the sides are smaller. They don't have as much give. And
there's not that play in the cage.
There's not that play that you can actually work off of. What happens is, too, when you realize that the cage has the openings, and when your face hits it, it's like being on a cheese grater. If you get your face rubbed against this, it's like a grater. It just can peel the skin right off of your face.
And what we were told on is that when you throw someone into that 6 sides of steel, there's not that play, there's not that give like there is with the 4 sides, so it makes every move even more painful and more impactful. There you see it, cage doors locked, and here we go.
We are on, and let me tell you something, as you see Daniels and the Cowboy James Storm, and they just go right at it. I mean, look at this. 1 counter, nobody, I don't think there's any 2 tag teams in TNA history that know each other better than these 4. They have locked horns so many times, and in fact, Triple X has actually come out victorious, believe it or not, more than even AMW. They have some kind of a magic over AMW at times, but we saw what happened the last time they were in the cage. And let me tell you something, this is gonna be a war.
Exchange now, prime time, and the southpaw, the Wildcat Chris Harris. Harris momentarily getting the better of it until prime time drives the knee. Oh, a second time, and now a third right into the midsection of the Wildcat.
Oh, you can see the athleticism of prime time right there. He just doesn't matter that Wildcat Chris Harris has a little size advantage. Prime time is so strong, but look at the power of the Wildcat Chris Harris.
Full Nelson slam. What did you say just a minute or 2 earlier about how these teams know each other so well? Just saw an example of it there. Prime time walked right into that full Nelson slam, and now AMW double team. Nice high back body drop. Now Daniels, he's being hit with a series of shots from AMW.
He found himself in no man's land right there, right in between. But great counter right there by Daniels as he saw AMW setting up for it. He took advantage, but there's Wildcat, as you can see the 2-on-1 right there.
Fallen Angel looking pretty good until AMW joins forces, and the double team move as they just rammed it. They just drove him right into the unforgiving steel.
Oh, nice clothesline right there by the Cowboy James Storm as you see Primetime go down. It's been AMW right now. Again. The thing about this cage, too, is it's so close to the ropes. It's not a big distance away. So when you hit the ropes, 99% of the time you also catch the cage.
That's a great point. And now, speaking of catching the cage, we saw earlier where they said Daniels face first, and look at how Daniels has been split wide open.
Well, like I said, it's like a cheese grater. I mean, you really can't describe it. And remember when AMW and the Naturals fought each other at the 6 sides of steel, and before it was over with, the entire floor of the ring was covered in blood. Everybody was bleeding. It's almost unavoidable in a match like this, Mike.
The intensity of the matchup is pretty obvious from the opening couple of minutes as AMW thanks to Harris and Storm going right on the double team attack, have taken control. And now they've got Daniels up. The Wildcat takes him for the suplex. Prime Time in, clocked in from behind.
Well, that's what you're going to have to do. You're stuck in that ring in there. There's no way out, so you've got to help your partner out every chance you get, especially now with Daniels cut open right there. We don't know how serious the injury is. Prime Time's got to have his back.
Fallen Angel fighting through.
Slam.
Joins with Prime Time for the double team slam, and then Prime Time takes his own partner and drops Daniels across the prone Chris Harris.
You can see right here the teamwork that Triple X is using, and both these teams have an unbelievable ability to know when to make a tag, to know how to keep each partner fresh. We talked about it a lot tonight as we've seen it, but let me tell you something, folks. These four wrote the book on us.
Love that overhead sky cam type shot that we have, Don, that takes us above the steel cage. There you see a look at it, which just really makes you feel like you're right inside the 6 sides of steel with these four.
And look how high the cage is over these guys' heads. That's what's so great about that shot. We're not talking some little cage here. We're talking 20 feet tall. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Now the opportunity exists for Triple X to take advantage of the double team. The headbutt by Daniels of all things. Daniels already split wide open. The blood just gushing out of his forehead doesn't stop him from unleashing another headbutt.
No, I think they went into this match knowing that it was very possible that they could be cut open just because of the dangers involved when you're in the...
Oh, but cut open, look at the blood.
Oh my gosh, it's just pouring out.
A faucet just pouring out of the head of Daniels.
Holy cow.
I mean, at some point here, we're going to see where this is going to affect Daniels.
Oh, it's going to have to affect him. He's going to get weak.
His adrenaline at this point, Don, is enough where he's fighting through it, but he will be weakened. I mean, the blood's just pouring out of his head.
I'll tell you what, there is so much on the line on this thing, because let me tell you something, you lose this match, and if you're Triple X, you're never Triple X again. If you're AMW, you're never AMW again. You've got to put aside the fact that you're cut open. You've got to let it go. And I just watch Christopher Daniels just wipe his blood. Look at that towel right there. You can see right next to him, and it's just, wow, coming down and buckets.
You know, there's no tomorrow for one of these two teams. One team will go on, one team will still exist. The losing team will be forced to disband. Nice back heel trip by Harris. Gonna try and take him up and just catapult Prime Time into the corner turnbuckle.
I'll tell you what, Wildcat Chris Harris, people don't realize the strength of this guy. This guy was so close to winning the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. So close, and the injury kept him from doing that. And I'm telling you, he's got so much at stake, and when him and Storm are together, they just click. And right now, look at the Cowboy James Storm just going in there with a vengeance.
Series of rights and then a power slam punctuates it. Nice
kick right there by the Cowboy.
Drilled Prime Time on the side of the head. Did the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm. Motioning now, making some kind of a motion to the Wildcat. Are they going to go death sentence here?
Oh, nice move right there by Christopher Daniels. And there he goes, right off the top.
High cross body blow.
Oh, man.
And early in the match, I thought to go for the death sentence, but I think they probably figured that with Daniels weakened from the loss of blood, strike quick.
Oh, absolutely. It was an opportunity. Did you see right there the face of Wildcat Chris Harris just caught the steel cage face first.
Prime Time just elevated him and drove him face first into the steel.
I don't think people realize how strong that Prime Time is. I mean, when you look at him, he's such a physical specimen.
And you don't realize how sharp that steel cage is.
Look at the handcuffs. They were underneath the towel right there. And Triple H has got Wildcat Chris Harris handcuffed. Oh, what a dirty trick.
Prime Time able to use the cuffs at AMW. Look at this.
Oh, he
talked about that cheese grater. He's just raking his face directly across that steel cage. God.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna look and see. I think Wildcat Chris Harris might be busted open right now as we see Christopher Daniels and Prime Time doing the 2-on-1.
Triple X with the double team on Storm. Yeah, it looks to me like Harris here. I mean, he's hooked in the corner with
he is. He is bleeding. I'm telling you, we saw his face just raked right against the cage.
What's the referee to do in a situation like this?
I don't even know why anybody would want to ref a match like this. You're stuck in there. Look at the taunting right now, and Triple X feeling awful good right now. They've got the numbers game. They've got the Wildcat handcuffed, and and the referee. Oh, look at this.
He's got the
dangling
key.
the key.
He's got the key.
Dangling the key.
Daniels has got that handcuff key. You're right, taunting is exactly the word. Oh,
Now he's taking the key and he's grinding it into the head of James Storm. I told you this was going to get out of hand, and look at this.
and it is.
The taunts.
Daniels almost like he's wearing that as a medal, like he's wearing it as a trophy.
Yes. Oh, this is just wrong, but you've got to give them something. They had a plan. They found an opportunity. Now look at this. They just slammed James Storm right into the steel cage.
Double team move again on Storm. You're right, Don. Face first right into the steel. Turn their attention back to the Wildcat.
Oh, you can see Christopher Daniels right there. Just gives a blow right there to the Cowboy. Nice kick, and it looks like he's bleeding. Yes, he is, and now they're grinding it right where their head indicates. I'm telling you, it's almost unavoidable.
Both members.
When your face rubs against that steel.
Both members of America's Most Wanted, both Chris Harris and James Storm, they've been split wide open. You see Daniels of Triple X already bleeding. 3 of the 4 men shedding blood here in the 6 sides of steel.
Oh, and Chris Harris is just feeling so vulnerable, so helpless. He's stuck in the corner. Christopher Daniels just spit on him, and he knows that his partner is in no man's land, and they taunt Chris Harris. They taunt him. Harris screaming for the key, but you can see Christopher Daniels has no intention of giving it up.
And Storm is out. Storm's been laid out. The handcuffs in place around Harris. He's hooked to the side of the ring, and now Triple X continues what is just an out assault here as we see Daniels up on top.
Oh, wait a
Motioning
minute.
to Prime Time to turn him around. Going to take him up powerbomb style.
Oh,
Watch
look
this
at
now.
this. Look at it. Oh, he takes the elbow off the top rope and just plants it right on James Storm.
Drilling with the
This
elbow.
is it.
Hip lateral press.
No, he fights
It's
out.
not it. It isn't over. Kick out by Storm at 2.
I'm going to tell you something. Storm has got to figure out a way to get that key away from Christopher Daniels. And now Christopher Daniels has it in hand. And the teamwork is just too much for the Cowboy to overcome. And again, Christopher Daniels goes to the top rope, and this time he uses the key, but he actually hit his partner, and then a spear.
Clothesline took down Prime Time. There's the spear. Look at that.
The key is right there.
The key's laying right there on the canvas.
You can see Wildcat Chris Harris screaming at his partner. They throw him the key to get the key to him.
James Storm, he's got the key. Just slide it over to Harris.
Oh, but think of the beating the Storm's taking. He's discombobulated. He wants to make sure that he doesn't throw it out of the reach of Wildcat. He's got it.
Harris has got the key, and now Harris can uncuff himself. Well, this is what AMW needs.
Absolutely a little turnaround here.
That incredibly hopeless feeling that Chris Harris had while he was cuffed to the corner, just watching his partner, James Storm, be beaten half to death by Triple X.
Oh,
he's
he's
on hook.
mad. Now you know it. And he is mad. Wow, another right clothesline right there. Boy, look at his power. Oh, my gosh. Christopher Daniels just was pummeled into the mat.
Left arm lariat for Prime Time, spine buster for Daniels, and now Storm back up to his feet as well. And here comes the AMW comeback.
Oh, you can see it right there. They're just so fired up. They're so frustrated. They know. As you see, look at Wildcat just blow after blow after blow.
How many of those shots can you take to the head?
Especially when you think about the blood that he's lost. And oh, man, did you see the Cowboy James Storm just threw Prime Time backwards into the steel cage.
Elevated it, took him up into the air, just flung him into the steel. There's the high vertical by Harris.
Oh, look at the strength that he can do. Just holds him up in the air, and again he holds him up in the air. And he just runs him back to the other side of the cage, and then plants him.
Powers him down off the suplex, and when we say that the blood is rushing to the head of Daniels, it's rushing down his head, pin and tip, far leg hook.
Oh, look,
get him here.
Look at the floor. Look at the ring. You can see blood everywhere. Oh, Prime Time just couldn't hit it, but he does grab it right there, and he slams Cowboy James Storm down to the mat.
Belly to belly as we see that.
Chris
That's Harris.
I'm
That's
sorry.
Harris. You can't see
the blood.
identify him because his face is completely covered in a crimson mask.
You got that right, and now you see the teamwork right there at Triple X. Wow.
Flex, here's the pin. Cover 2.
Oh, he barely gets up in time.
we see AMW. Storm gonna try and come back on primetime. Spinning neck breaker, he caught him with it.
You see Storm right there again. He sends Daniels back into the cage. This guy's face is gonna look like a pizza. Pizza when it's all over with. Man.
Yeah, like raw hamburger is what it's gonna look like. Now primetime in trouble.
Look at the
AMW double team.
Oh man, he just slammed his head
Left
backwards.
arm lariat. Here's the
got
pin.
it. No, he fights out of it.
Again, keep in mind here, the losing team will be forced to disband forever. The winners stay together.
Oh, there's so much on the line right now, and they all know that it's too close. As you see Daniels put him in the cage, and now, oh, Wildcat Chris Harris has got Daniels right where he wants him, but primetime comes in, and here comes the teamwork. All four of these guys work together so well as AMW is down.
Harris slammed into the steel by both Daniels and primetime. Wait a minute, they've got a game plan, they've got strategy here. What's it gonna be? They make the motion that it's time to put away AMW.
What are they doing right here, as you see? Chris, oh, wait a minute, they're doing AMW's own move.
They're gonna go for the death sentence here.
Death sentence. There he goes, and he hits it. Oh, that's just wrong.
Pin attempt. Here's the cover. Here's two.
He somehow kicks out of it. You gotta be kidding.
It's a miracle. He kicked out at two. They tried to beat AMW with their own move with the death sentence, but no, AMW's still alive.
They're not gonna let it happen. I cannot believe. I mean, that's just the, I don't know if it's the ultimate move of respect, but
did you notice? Daniels motioning to primetime.
Oh.
Don't go to the top rope. Go to the top of the cage, but Storm fights off Daniels.
Oh, you can see right now, primetime's up there. Believe me, when you talk about being at the wrong place. Oh, look at this. Wow. He just slammed him from the top of the cage.
He bought him off the top. On the top of the cage. Good God.
You got to be kidding.
Here's the pin. AMW. No.
How in the world did primetime kick out of that?
AMW just a split second away from forcing Triple X to break up for good.
There is no way, but look at that right there. The Angel's wings from Christopher Daniels.
To the cover. Oh, another 2 count, my God.
They're going for everything. They're trying everything that they can. If they could just get that one blow. But when you've got all four in the ring right now, I mean, it's mayhem as you see Daniels going up to the top. But
we talk about high risk, but going to the top of this steel cage, it's the absolute ultimate when it comes to high-risk wrestling.
These two are fighting at the very top as you see Daniels, who's just so
Daniels
good. Oh, look at this. They're both up there.
Move for move. Look who's following him up to the
You
top.
got to be kidding. Look, wait a minute. Primetime climbing up right here. Oh, man, Daniels has got to be weak from loss of blood, but he's going on adrenaline at this point. No.
Primetime trying to make his way across the top of the steel. Look at this.
Folks, this is do not ever try this at home. What is Primetime doing? What is he doing?
No way. He's not going to try and walk that tightrope from up to the pin.
No, he can't.
He can't.
He cannot.
No way.
No! No way! You got to be kidding! You've got to do that again!
That's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Go Daniels going up top. Daniels headed to the top. Guys, we got to keep it live. Guys in the truck, keep it live. Don't go to the replay. Daniels up on top. There's too damn much at stake.
Trying to get his balance. You can see. Oh, he catches it with the elbow from the top.
Elbow drop by Daniels.
Look at this.
I've never seen
I
anything
have
like
never
this.
seen anything like this in my life.
Words cannot describe it. The carnage that we've seen, the incredible high-risk moves, and it's because there's so much at stake.
There's so much at stake, and that's why you'll never see anything like this anywhere else in the world.
But
TNA.
You're damn right.
Look at that elbow drop from the top. That's coming. Oh, listen to the crowd. Everybody's on their feet.
The appreciation is so obvious. They're fighting again up at the top of the steel.
Daniels, look at this. This Cowboy James Storm has got Daniels again in a predicament.
Wait a minute, Storm looks like he's going to try and suplex him in. Here comes Prime Time as well.
Oh, no.
Here comes Harris from behind.
They're just all fighting with everything.
No way! No! Oh, my God. The Tower of Doom from off the top of the steel. Storm with the suplex on Daniels. Prime Time with the electric chair. But Harris with the powerbomb. That was the most effective move because from the top came Daniels all the way down, and that was the powerbomb. God, we've got to see it again.
Look, how much do they have left? Look at this, Daniels. And Storm took the brunt of that because they were so high up right there. You see Daniels, the blood there from his forehead. You see the blood from Storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing one of the most classic cage matches in the history of professional wrestling. And they're going nuts at Universal Studios in Orlando because they know what's at stake as well. Everybody's on their feet.
Look at the Wildcat holding his ribs. There's no doubt he probably might have even broke one or two with everything that they've happened. But you know what? You can't think about that right now. You just gotta suck it up because if you lose, you're done as a tag team, and that's how these guys have made their mark.
Went for the POD, but it was blocked. Wildcat wind up.
Oh, he went for the catatonic, but it was countered. Oh, right into the cage.
You talked about it earlier right at the outset, Don. You said they know each other inside out. That's exactly what we just have seen again.
But you gotta wonder, how can the mind even register after the things they've been through?
After the blood loss.
Look at this. Look at that headbutt by Christopher Daniels. He's just letting Storm have it. There's nothing. Words can't describe what we're seeing here tonight.
Cut him with the knee coming in. It's the beautiful elbow shot. What a wild right hand that connected by Daniels.
Four of the greatest wrestlers
in one of the greatest matches in TNA history. You can say it because you're dead on.
You hear the crowd chanting, best match ever. They've got to see something special here tonight.
And so have you at home.
Oh, man. Look at this, unreal. Wait a minute, did you see that? The Wildcat.
It was a desperation move, but I'm not sure that it paid off that time.
Oh, I don't think it did either, but he was able to grab a hold of Daniels, but he stripped on the back of Prime Time, and his face caught the steel cage. This is unreal.
Whoa! Wait a minute, what's Harris doing? Did he got him locked?
Oh, he's handcuffed him. Turnabout's fair play.
And that's exactly what we've seen. The turnabout. As Daniels has been hooked with the cuffs.
Prime Time now is in a handicap match, so to speak.
AMW, 2-1 earlier. Super kick. Nailed him.
Look at this. Are they going to do this? As you see Christopher Daniels.
They're ready to go for the death sentence. What?
Wait a minute.
He's making the Triple X sign. Now earlier we saw Triple X try to beat AMW with their own move. But they're going to go for the Powerplex.
They got the Powerplex. Oh, they got it. 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable.
We just saw AMW beat Triple X with their own move. The combination powerbomb suplex, the Powerplex. Think about it, Don. AMW's together. They're a team. But Triple X, they must disband. They're done.
Mike, today I'm exhausted. But think about what these guys must feel. Let's see if we can get the ending again. This is not just the end of the match. This is the end of Triple X. Prime Time is absolutely pinned right there. Christopher Daniels handcuffed. And he's just screaming, calling a name. But he got what he deserved, and what's Triple X gonna do? What is the future hold for the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, and Prime Time?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a part of one of the most memorable nights in professional wrestling history. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed one of the most physical, one of the most brutal, and yes, one of the most violent matches in the history of our business. The level of violence the level of brutality, the level of bloodshed that we have seen tonight has been unlike anything we've ever witnessed in the 3-year history of TNA.
We've seen so many matches with so much on the line, but right now, think about this. On the line is a shot at the heavyweight championship on May 15th at Hard Justice. This is something that AJ Styles wants so badly. The Monster Abyss, we can only imagine what this would mean to him. And these two, with their history, Mike, have put on some of the greatest bouts in the history of TNA.
How about this week on Impact? AJ Styles took the bullet for his tag partner, Jeff Hardy. Abyss hit him with a steel chain. Then he whipped him with the chain. He wrapped it around AJ's neck, and he continued to yank and crank on the chain. And as we went off the air, I'll never forget that visual, that image of the phenomenal AJ Styles being placed on a gurney, being carted out of the impact zone on a stretcher, and watching him fight back with everything he had.
I asked him today how he felt before this match, and he was like, I can't even think about pain. I can't even think about anything than what I've got in task, because if I do, then my mind's not on what I've got to be doing.
AJ in the ring, and here comes 6 foot 8 inches tall. Here comes 350 pounds of an unpredictable, of an uncontrollable monster by the name of Abyss. And I think AJ said it best on, it was an interview recently on Impact. The franchise Shane Douglas asked him about Abyss, and AJ said, I'm not afraid of Abyss, but I have to admit, I'm afraid of what Abyss can do.
Oh, if you don't, the minute you don't respect 6'8", 350 pounds of an incredible agility that this guy has, then that's the last match of your life. Oh, AJ, did you see that? Didn't even wait. He just came flying out of the cage. Do you realize what he had to do?
Yes.
He had to go through that opening right there, and he lands on Abyss, and that's how you take it to the monster.
That's the most incredible jump start to a match I've ever seen. Literally jumping, flip diving under the monster Abyss, and AJ's telling this monster that he's going to take control, but oh, look at him slide through. That way he avoids the contact with the steel.
He's so incredible. He thinks about things like nobody else can. He reacts so quickly, and AJ Styles has just absolutely got this crowd on their feet as he does things that mortal men can only dream of doing.
He then springboards off the steel, snaps off the Hurricane Rana, and here we go. I've never heard a bell ring. I'm not sure the match is actually legally underway, but AJ's going to take a look out.
Right into the announce table right here that's barely standing after everybody that's been here. AJ Styles, can you imagine this? Taking total control. I still can't get over that leap, that somersault that he took through that opening at the beginning.
It really was a thing of beauty, but it worked to perfection at the same time.
I don't even know if a cameraman was even ready for that. Nobody else was.
And Abyss wasn't, I know that.
Oh, look at that nice move right there by Abyss, just to stop the momentum somewhat. You've got to do something. He's got such a size advantage, he's got to use it. Now, AJ Styles is smart in this respect. Try to keep Abyss outside this cage for as long as you can, because he's got more maneuverability. Once Abyss gets him inside, AJ's moves are going to be restricted.
You know, that may have been the idea, the thought of the strategy. Check this out. AJ, he springboarded off the steel over the top of 5 rows of fans.
Look at that, and he goes right over the fans, and he nails them, and this crowd knows they're seeing one of the greatest athletes in the world.
You know what? I don't think the word phenomenal does him justice.
Look at this. I mean, and Abyss couldn't see him because of the fans in the way. Great strategy by AJ Styles.
Oh my God, he flew over the top of the fans twice.
We've seen him slide underneath rails. We've seen him go through openings that you could barely fit a toaster through. We've seen him jump over the crowds of 6 rows of people.
Oh my God, he just crashed and burned.
Oh, well, it happens. You go to the well one time too often, and AJ's grabbing right away to his side.
Abyss was able to sidestep, move out of the way. AJ flying over the safety rail and then just landed on the concrete.
And you
no
think,
padding, no protection out there.
He's got no help right now, and this is what Abyss needed to just close it up. And he just has such an advantage when they're locked up like this, and AJ Styles is going to have to find a way to get away. And
boy, you make a good point, because when it turns to a brawl, when it turns to a fight like we're witnessing here, it is advantage Abyss.
How do you brawl with Abyss? I mean, it just doesn't even seem possible. And man, AJ's he's got to somehow get away, and I think he's still reeling. And man, every blow that Abyss hits him, the force of that 350 pounds, man.
Stalking him with every step that AJ climbs. Abyss is right there on his tail. Styles tries to fight back. In the midst of the crowd here at the Impact Zone.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this crowd that came here tonight saw something special, match after match, and think about how we're ending it right here with AJ Styles and Abyss with a shot at the title on the line. And he's got him in the choke slam and just flings him.
He had him goozled. He had that big mitt right around the neck and the throat of AJ, and he threw him about 4 or 5 steps up to where AJ's back made contact with that fence, that wire fence that they've got.
The cage that we've got people locked in here. And I'll tell you something, he flung him a good 12 feet right there. I mean, that just shows you the power of the Monster Abyss.
Yeah, who would think that the lockdown cage used to lock down the Impact Zone could be used as a weapon, but the Monster Abyss is pulling out all the stops.
AJ Styles has just got to fight. Now he almost needs to get into the cage just to get away and somehow get his bearings. His Abyss is just not letting him, not to mention you can see his back as he rakes across those steps as he falls down.
Abyss right on him, picks AJ up and just tosses and flings it.
Look at that. Showing no mercy whatsoever. Not that you would expect him to,
None.
and not that he should.
Especially when you consider what's at stake, Don, because to the winner goes a shot at Jeff Jarrett. And the NWA World's Heavyweight title, May 15 at Hard Justice. Elbow to the back of the head, drop Styles again. And that smart move, we called it smart by AJ. Take the preemptive strike, dive through the cage. It's now coming back to haunt him.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got to hope that he's taken a little bit out of Abyss, and that he can find a way to get it back to his advantage, but Abyss is just not letting up right now and not giving AJ Styles any chance to catch his breath, any chance to get any kind of momentum. And you know, you mentioned what AJ said, you've got to fear what this guy can do to you. And right now, Abyss is doing it.
You have to. Look at the bruises on the back of AJ Styles. That shows you right there. There's the proof. There's the evidence of the power of the Monster Abyss, and look at Styles fight back.
Think of everything we've seen, and they haven't even gotten into the cage yet. This match is not going to end until these guys get in that cage.
Oh, you're right. I never even heard the bell ring, so I'm not even sure that we have a legal match at this point.
I think we just got to fight. Oh, AJ Styles, and then what's he doing? Oh, he throws him into the rail. It just didn't look like he had enough momentum to really do a knockout blow right there to Abyss. As you can see, Abyss catching his breath, and now AJ realizes that all roads lead to Rome, and this is what he's got to do. Oh, but he decides to go take another shot before he does.
Yeah, rethinking for the moment. Not deciding to go back into the cage, but instead lay a couple of right hands to the side of the head of Abyss.
Here he goes, and he's getting ready to work his way in, and oh, wait a minute, oh! Abyss just stole an opportunity.
Oh my God, right in his face.
He just took him completely out. Just leveled him right there. Did you see that?
We've got to look at this.
Look at this one. Oh, that hurts.
Oh my God.
Oh, that hurts.
You can't even see that again. He flung it with all of his might, with all of his strength. And Don, I don't think it was the mesh from the cage. I think it was the steel pole from the cage door. Look at this.
And he's just not even letting up as he does it again.
Oh, we talked about the levels of...
Oh, that's the first one. Now look at the second one. Oh! Sends him down.
It's tough to watch.
And then he did it again.
We talked about it from the top of the show over 2.5 hours ago.
Oh, AJ, well, you knew it happened.
The violence, the barbarism, the brutality that we've witnessed. And as the blood pours down the face of AJ, Abyss with just shot after shot right into the open wound.
I'll tell you what, that second shot, though, you saw it hit him right there in the head. and it was like the bottom of that gate. And if you look at it, there's no protection on it. Just cut him wide open, and then Abyss.
You're right, it just sliced him.
It did. Oh, man. And now Abyss throwing the chain that he's so famous for bringing out with him. What's he doing now? What in the world's he doing? Oh, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me the crowd knows what it is. We've seen it before.
Measuring him now. You're right, we saw this last month at Destination X. Remember when he took this bag in against Jeff Hardy?
Full of, we know, of about 1,000 packs.
AJ, just, oh, look at this. Tries to get up to his feet, but he can't. He just crumpled, he went down. Match is now underway here inside the cage. It's official as we see Abyss. Oh, come from behind and just power him down. Gonna pick up the chain.
Still just
shades of what we saw on Impact when he wrapped that chain repeatedly around the neck of AJ.
Now think about this. They'll think about what'll happen to the blood as he's wrapping that around his neck. Remember when we saw that coaching clutch that Christopher Daniels had on him that one time, and the blood just spurt it out. I mean, that's what you got to think about in a time like this. How it can make him weak, and AJ fighting with everything, trying to get it unwrapped.
What he's got to do.
Oh, what a boot right there by Abyss.
He had all of his attention, though. Focused on trying to take the chain around his neck. And as soon as he turns around, as soon as he takes that chain off, Abyss takes him down with the big boot and again picks up the steel.
Oh, look at this. AJ as the crowd trying to get behind him. Look at that. We know when it happened, when Abyss just leveled him with the gate. And now you see Abyss, what's he doing? He's wrapping it around.
That's one way to use it as a weapon, isn't it?
Oh, and think about his head landing straight into that chain.
AJ trying to fight back.
We've seen this guy, though, come back from nowhere. We've seen this guy on the brink of defeat and somehow finds a way.
But have we seen him under these kind of conditions?
No, we haven't.
With losing all of his strength with the blood, being blinded by the blood, and facing someone who's 6'8", 350, vicious elbow rock styles.
Oh, look at that head! Oh, right on top of it. Wow, Abyss just flung him up over the top, and again, oh, it's a sight. Get the children out of the room, parents. They don't need to see this.
Styles high into the air, the crash landing, yes. Face first, head first, the open wound right into that steel chain wrapped around the turnbuckle. Look out!
Oh, and he just throws him into the wall of steel. I'm gonna tell you something, Abyss is in total control. AJ Styles, you had to realize that this could happen. We almost look at him as kind of superhuman at times, and he's not. He bleeds just like the rest of us, and Abyss is in total control.
AJ is going to need some kind of a superhuman effort plus to come back as he flings him again. Head first and face first. Right into the steel pin.
1, 2. Oh, he gets out of it. A part of me almost was hoping that they could end the slaughter.
I thought the same thing. But when you consider that this is an opportunity for one of these two men to get a shot at Jarrett in the NWA title, you saw how AJ dug deep and squirmed right out of the pin attempt.
Look at this as he's just applying the pressure, and you can see it flowing. AJ, screaming. I don't think I've ever heard him scream in pain like that before. It's reverberating here.
It's almost as if he's got a vice wrapped around his head and around his neck. Those big hands of Abyss. AJ elbows not having much effect now off the ropes.
Don't forget the bag of tacks that we already know is lying inside.
Right.
The Abyss. Oh, that's how strong this guy is.
High into the air goes Styles.
He was actually looking over the top of the cage before he started the journey back down.
And then directly crashing down to the canvas. Abyss something else in mind with the steel chain. Now unwrapping it from the corner turnbuckle.
We always talk about how Abyss gets focused on something when he gets a goal in
Tunnel
mind.
vision.
Tunnel vision. Well, his goal is obviously a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship in Hard Justice. And he is focused, he's driven, and he's in total control.
The crowd here at the Impact Zone. They're just amazed by the spectacle that they've seen tonight at Lockdown. Styles off into the ropes, press slam high above the head.
Oh, did you see that? We talked about how he can do things that nobody else can do. What a counter, and he was able to drill him right there on the chain.
AJ's version of the DDT, and the monster lands head first, face first into the steel. Check this out, folks.
Oh, that is something spectacular. How can you counter up there? I mean, he's taking a beating. That's just when you've got to fight through the pain. You've got to get focused. You knew he was looking for one opportunity to do something.
At what point, though, does this loss of blood just impact AJ so negatively that he loses strength? He's slow to get back up. But when he does, he's prepared.
Oh, how does he get the extension on the kick like that?
You're right, how did he get so high up into the air at a point in the match where he's been so weak and off the ropes?
And here he goes again, and he flips the fist over. Now you can feel it. You can feel the drive in him.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissors by Styles. They come at him again.
Oh, look at this. Oh, and he fights it, but Abyss fights him off.
Oh, you're right. He came crashing down on the back of Abyss. It rocked Abyss. I think it surprised AJ as well.
I'll tell you what, though, that just shows you how strong Abyss is. Oh, nice move right there by AJ. Able to get the legs up. Abyss goes into the chair. Now look at this strength of AJ Styles.
German suplex on a 350-pounder.
No!
I never thought I'd see AJ take him overhead like that.
I'll tell you what, how does he have the strength after everything he's gone
especially
through?
at this point of the match with the loss of blood that we've seen. It looks like he's...
Is he going to try it?
I thought it was an attempt at the Styles Clash.
No, I don't think...
Think better of it, AJ. God, think better of it.
This guy's too strong. Oh, look at him. He's got him. Got him in the chokehold right there. Here he goes. He's going to choke slam him. Look at AJ.
Roll up. Pin.
2. Whoa, he fights out.
Near fall for Styles, just not able to put the monster away. Both men back up to their feet. AJ.
Oh, look at that. He knows he has to take advantage of every opportunity. Uses the momentum because he's got to hit him with as much force as he's got.
Running close. Oh, slam! He walked right into it. The patented finishing move of Abyss.
Oh, this is over. All he's got to do is roll him over in Abyss.
Here it comes.
He's going to get a shot. One, two. It's over. No! No! He gets out of it.
Out of the black hole slam?
Nobody gets...
Unbelievable. How does he do it? Abyss trying to regroup as well. Almost as if Abyss trying to get his win.
Oh, no. We knew he had it.
The bag.
No way. AJ has no defense. You know, right now, Abyss could probably lay on top of him and pin him, but now it's about showing...
It's been a night.
About who's the boss.
You're right. It's been a night when people in the Impact Zone, and I'm sure people at home, have had to look away from the screen, and maybe never more than this.
Look at the tacks right there, folks. Thousands and thousands of tacks.
And look at Abyss spread the tacks to give him more coverage. Oh God. And of course AJ, completely unprotected, sent off into the ropes.
Oh, wait a minute, AJ.
He was able to counter that black hole. Float over. Series of shots.
Black hole slam into those. AJ giving it everything he's got.
AJ gonna try and rock him.
Oh, nice shot right there by Abyss.
You can see that AJ made eye contact with the tacks, and you saw his strategy.
He's looking at him right now. Here he goes.
Fighting him off. Abyss, it looks like gonna try and powerbomb him into the tacks, but AJ
wait a minute.
off.
Styles Clash.
No chance.
Ryan, oh God. He put the Styles Clash into the tags. AJ able to counter. Holy shit. Oh, look at that. They're just all over Abyss.
The punctures, the perforations, all over the body of Abyss. Pin. No, just 2.
Oh, man. How did Abyss fight through that?
You've got to be kidding me.
Just 2. As you can see, look at him. They're just all in his body. AJ
right back to it. AJ right hand to the side of the head of Abyss. How are you ever going to put him away when you haven't been able to beat him to this point?
I'll tell you what, though, the same thing can be said about AJ Styles. This guy has been down and out 5 times. Look at him, no way. He's going up to the top.
AJ
is trying to get to his feet, and he's knocking the tags off of his body.
We wondered if the cage would hinder AJ.
Oh, no, wait a minute. He just throws the referee right into the cage, which causes AJ to fall on the backside. He's holding on for dear life.
Your double effect. It knocks out the referee, and it knocked down AJ. Oh, God.
Great move right there by Abyss. You got to respect that. Using the referee as AJ was going to come down for the finishing blow.
Abyss just running and jumping right into the cage. He's trying to knock Styles down. Now he's got the steel chain. AJ just hanging precariously from the top of the cage.
Don't tell me what he's going to do with that chain. Look at this. AJ's fighting to hold on. And Abyss has the chain in hand.
AJ trying to fight it off.
He's trying to wrap it around his neck.
And AJ's trying to stop him.
Oh no, but now if AJ falls, he's gonna hang himself.
That's exactly right. What's your option at this point? You have none.
Oh,
and he's hanging him.
He's just draining the life out of him right there.
Watch AJ's legs kicking.
He's gotta somehow breach the distance so that he can breathe.
That's what he has to do. He's got to close that gap, Don.
But he's got to be
how can you? Because the chain is wrapped around his neck. It's just soaking the life out of him.
Abyss just pulling on it, pulling on it. He knows he's got AJ where he wants him.
AJ trying to climb back up to the cage.
Abyss with another blow. Trying to knock AJ. Oh no!
Not from there.
He's caught him in the chokehold from the top of the cage. No, look at it. AJ's biting his finger. AJ's biting his thumb right there.
Whatever you have to do, AJ.
Yes, and he power bombs him.
Oh God! Sunset flip power bomb. Back first into the tags.
This is his chance.
Can he cover him? Can he pin him? Count with us. Count one. Count two.
Yeah!
What a night!
An incredible night! What a historical night!
What a night, ladies and gentlemen! Yes, you've been a part of wrestling history because you've joined us on a TNA pay-per-view! No, you don't see this kind of a spectacle anywhere else but TNA! It's the only place you can see this, and Don, now we know it. AJ Styles gets the shot against Jeff Jarrett for the NWA title. It's official, May 15 at Harchester.
He's earned every bit of it. He did the impossible. He came back to the brink of defeat 5, 6 times. And Mike, he's done it. He's vanquished Abyss.
It's been an incredible night. Thank you for being a part of wrestling history. We'll see you this week on Impact, but don't miss Harchester, May 15th, my God. This is the second of 2 championship matchups at Lockdown, the showdown for the NWA title. Let's look at the raw numbers. Let's check out the tail of the tape between these 2 competitors. You look at those numbers and you see the substantial size advantage for the challenger. 6 inches in height, over 100 pounds in weight. However, keep in mind, Christian has that big match, that high-profile bout experience edge when it comes to these 2. Let's talk about stalking Christian's wife. Let's talk about drowning him in his own pool. James Mitchell and his monster, they've reached an all-time low. First opportunity for payback and revenge. It's tonight. What better battleground than the 6 sides of steel? We've heard it on Impact. It was driven home again tonight. James Mitchell guarantees that his monster Abyss is leading Lockdown with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your first of 2 main events of the evening. Scheduled for one fall and is for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World.
And here comes the challenger. You saw it in the tail of the tape, Don. Substantial size advantage for this monster, the challenger, and it looks like he's bringing some weapons with him as well. He's got the familiar steel chain, and I'm guessing that that bag includes those thousands of thumbtacks.
It's just so diabolical what James Mitchell has done with the Monster Abyss. And one thing about James Mitchell, he is the only person I've ever seen that can keep this monster focused on his goal. And that goal is the gold. The gold of the most prestigious championship in the world, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Doomsday!
And you can see that he will stop at nothing, because one thing we know about Abyss, pain feeds him.
Plenty of words from James Mitchell, but not one was uttered by the NWA World Heavyweight Champion in the pre-match interview. I think it's really putting it mildly to say how focused that Christian Cage is. You mentioned the focus of the challenger, the Monster Abyss, and with Mitchell in his head, he's an unstoppable force.
It is. It's almost like the two are connected, especially there through the mind, and you can see right there James Mitchell getting him prepared, getting him focused, the game plan that they've had. Let's see if they can put it in place right here.
And here's the entrance of the defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Christian Cage, he had no words for Jeremy Borash backstage. It's going to be his actions, and here we go. You see that it was Abyss leaving the Six Sides of Steel to confront Christian Cage, and Christian's ready for him, and he's on the attack.
You know, I was wondering where he was. He didn't come out of the tunnel, and I was looking and looking and looking. The Monster Abyss wanted to meet him up there at the top of the ramp, and then out of nowhere, Christian Cage comes in, tackles the Monster Abyss, and you mentioned how he was so silent when JB tried to talk to him. That's because he's got one thing, and that's focus on beating this monster down tonight.
You know, we often talk about how Abyss has tunnel vision. No question that Christian Cage certainly has the tunnel vision when it comes to Abyss, and he's got a steel chair, and he just took a wild swing.
Oh, this is something I think has been on Christian Cage's mind from the day he realized he didn't drown in that pool, what he can do to this monster. But sometimes you can have the will, you can have the desire, but you just don't have it in you. And when you're facing someone of that size and strength, it's not a disgrace to lose. And Christian Cage, that's why he has told himself that it's not necessarily about winning and losing. He's willing to die inside that cage.
Oh, man! Christian Cage goes airborne, springing off the steel steps, but he caught nothing but steel when he crashed in the guardrail. You saw that camera shot of the back of Christian Cage, and that happened, Don, just after Abyss had him pressed up against the Six Sides of Steel.
Oh, it is so true. It's just the way that the mesh is of the steel cage, and it does. It just imprints upon you forever. And it doesn't look like he's been whipped.
Well, the Six Sides of Steel unable to contain these two because they never got inside the cage. The battle now up into the crowd here at the Impact Zone at Lockdown, and Abyss getting the better of it.
Well, you saw how Abyss was willing to meet Christian Cage up at the ramp. Christian Cage, I think, suspected something like that, hit him blindsided, and you know what? These two aren't even thinking about the cage right now. The hatred that they feel for each other is just the sight of each other makes them go after.
Look at this! That's at the top of the arena, at the top of the bleacher seats, and he's trying to take Christian and throw him over the top down to the floor, and Christian Cage fights back.
Just barely gets himself back in right there, and somehow he's able to get the momentum, and when you got the high ground like that, so much of an advantage for Christian Cage, and he's able to use it and use that weight of Abyss against him.
Right, at the same time you mentioned it, he's got the advantage because he's above him and coming down the steps, he's able to take it to Abyss, and he just threw him, wow, head first, face first, right into the wall.
Oh, this is a war, this is a battle, this is something that was just culminating, and whatever he thought, oh, look at there, and you saw Abyss was able to time that, and just sent Christian Cage right over the top of the rail onto the mat.
What a thud that the champ landed with. He was elevated high into the air by the Monster Abyss, and Christian just crashed down on the floor.
The power of this beast is just unprecedented here. I mean, he just towers over people. He's so athletic for a guy of that size. I think that's what confuses so many people. When you look at him, you just don't realize how agile this monster really is. Oh!
God. Right into the steel steps goes the champ. Stalking him as the challenger, as the Monster Abyss just closes the gap in the double sledge to the back.
They somehow are going to have to get this match inside the cage. It's not even really officially going to start till they get in the cage, but don't tell that to these two. It's already started. It started a month ago.
Referee Andrew Thomas, you're right. Somehow, some way, he's got to get them back inside that cage. Mitchell just loves this. You see Mitchell watching and circling with every move. Oh no, look out, Christian, look out!
Oh, he avoids it. Just barely avoids it.
Swung that gate right at him. Oh! One way to fight back, using the door, the gate from the steel cage repeatedly.
One shot right after another right there. And oh, you can see, you know he wants to get his hands on that man so bad, but don't be thinking too much about him. He went right into it. The Monster Abyss just leveled him with the door.
And he never saw it coming either.
That's what you got to do. You got to stay focused on the plan at hand. You can't let Jim Mitchell get in your head, and he did right there.
So easy for us to say, Don, sitting out here at the comfort of the broadcast table, when you have someone like Mitchell getting under your skin, provoking you, you turn your attention away from the task at hand for one split second, and you end up with a steel cage gate door right in your face.
Oh, and that was a huge momentum swing right there for the Monster Abyss. After Christian Cage had just railed him with that door 5 or 6 times. Keep in mind, you mentioned it earlier, that bag right there you see down there at the feet of Abyss is filled with thousands and thousands of packs, and it's still inside the cage.
You're right, Don. Complexion of this matchup, it's turned a full 180, and it's in favor of the challenger, the Monster Abyss. Mitchell looks on intently from ringside as Abyss follows up into the corner, and take him by the head and by the hair and drive him face first into the top turnbuckle.
Oh man, this cage is tailor-made for that monster. Because your speed doesn't always help you because you can't get out. And if he corners you and he locks you in, oh, the damage that he can do.
Impactful move in the corner. The Monster Abyss charges in, caught him with the train wreck, just squashed him right against the turnbuckle. Gonna take him up by the head. Gonna try and inflict more pain and punishment to try and wear him down on the way to the NWA World Heavyweight title. That's the hope for Abyss and Mitchell. Cage shot off into the ropes. Gonna try and fight back here with a series of rights.
Oh, he's able to do it too. And you just gotta have no quit in you. You can't hesitate for a moment. Oh, look at the strength. Oh, right into the unforgiving steel, and he just hits it like a wall and shoots back.
God, he press slammed him high overhead, and the 6'8" Abyss then took the champ and threw him headfirst right into the side of the cage.
I'll tell you what I do like.
Pin, 2, no. Christian kicks out.
It didn't even look like Abyss was really trying to pin him there. I think he was trying to send a message. His game plan is so methodical. He wants to just beat Christian Cage to a pulp. He wants to humiliate him, embarrass him. And when you think he's done, he's going to try to hurt him some more. And Christian Cage has got to be prepared for that.
You can call it methodical. You can also call it effective. The float over. Christian going to try and hit him here with the unprettier.
Just not enough strength right now. Oh,
I don't think he had Abyss sufficiently worn down to hit him with his finishing move. Pin attempt, lateral cover, and another 2 count.
Sometimes you just got to go for that home run shot, though. Sometimes you just have to take a swing at it. And I think that's what he did. Just, even if he didn't hit it cleanly, just something to stop this rush that Abyss has on him right now.
Crowd here in the impact zone, trying to cheer on the champ, trying to get Christian Cage back up to his feet, see if he can mount some kind of an offensive. Big right hand, right into the midsection. Abyss, oh man, what a counter. He just overpowered him. Think back to the tail of the tape, the size, the weight advantage, and it was really used by the challenger Abyss.
And let me tell you something, too. You hit that cage repeatedly like that, and it will wear on you. You can only bang your head against the wall so many times. And if Abyss keeps using that strategy and keeps slamming Christian into that, I'm telling you, Christian Cage is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Think about those repeated shots. They certainly weaken you and they wear you down just like this. In a match here at Lockdown for the NWA World Heavyweight title, but they also have an impact on your career going forward.
Yes, you're so right. I mean, look at that. He's just pressing the face there against the cage. And you know what happened there? I think Christian thought he was, you forget sometimes it's there and he tried to escape out of it, but there's nowhere to go. And that big boot pressing that flesh. Oh, and where's he gonna go there? He's stuck.
He really is in no man's land. There's just not that much room. What would you say, Don? There's just a couple of inches there on the ring apron between the ring ropes and the side of the cage. And the monster.
Well, there's a great view of it.
Squashed it.
There's a great view of it right there by the camera. Maybe, what, 6 inches?
Probably 6-8 inches, I would say. Up to his shoulders, got him up in the torture rack. If he drops down, he hits that shock treatment, it could be all over. But no, Christian avoids it. Well, I don't think he can. Can he suplex Abyss?
He tried, but he doesn't have the strength right now. He's got to somehow get separated from Abyss, which is going to be hard to do inside that cage, and to get him some sort of a rest so he can get his strength back up. But every time he does something, Abyss just seems to foil it.
Elbows, rights, and lefts momentarily wears him up.
Oh, man.
Took him high up into the air and then just drove him right into the side of the steel cage.
We talk about taking a game plan to perfection. That's what the monster Abyss is doing right now. He's just having his way with Christian Cage. Anything he wants to do, he's able to do.
Even before the opening bell, Don, during the ring introduction, Abyss took it to the champ, and he's been in total control of the match. And again, he takes him and he just flings him. He just throws him right into the cage. The 230-pounder that he just tossed right into the steel.
I believe that Christian Cage's emotions have been what's been guiding him here up to this point. And as powerful as that may be, sometimes it's just not enough. It's just not enough. And you see that big boot of the monster just grinding on him and then throwing him into the fence here and throwing him in there. It's just, you have the desire, you have the will, you just don't have the strength.
Yes, beyond personal, that's what we've talked about in this matchup. And what you may be really onto something when you talked about Christian Cage just being so focused on gaining that payback and gaining that revenge. And in the process, boy, the monster Abyss, he has taken it to the champ before the opening bell and to the conclusion of this matchup. And we see right there that he was motioning that he should be wearing the gold on the verge of winning the title. But here comes Christian Cage fighting back.
I saw a look right there in Christian Cage's eyes that we haven't seen since they've been inside the cage there, and I hope that's a sign of things to come. He just tells Abyss that he's #1 of some sort there, if you know what I mean. Oh, he nails him, and maybe this is what he needs. He's just gonna have to reach down and somehow fight through the pain.
Dropped him with the discus forearm. Gonna follow up and fire him out of the corner, but Abyss, no. One reversal, oh, put on the brakes. Almost contact made with referee Andrew Thomas. He pulled him right out of the way.
Well, that's the kind of a champion he is.
God!
Man, he couldn't do it twice.
He just about took his head off.
Oh, he nailed referee Andrew Thomas and literally took his head off.
God, went for the clothesline and drilled the referee. Wait a minute, James Mitchell just picked up the championship belt off of the broadcast table. Christian gonna try and go up and try and mount some kind of an offensive from the ropes, but Abyss cuts him off.
Oh, and he's holding on for dear life right there. And again, while the referee's down, we saw Jim Mitchell came right up to the broadcast table. Oh, he hits him with the DDT, nails it from the top up there.
Tornado DDT off the top. Drives Abyss, hip first to the mat, gonna go for the cover, there's no referee. Andrew Thomas is knocked out.
Andrew Thomas is knocked out right there. We do have a referee outside.
Well, you're right, we got senior official. Rudy Charles is the gatekeeper out here at ringside. Wait, Mitchell just tossed the belt in. You know, there's a hole in the side of the cage for the cameraman, and Mitchell just tossed the
cane
belt
too.
And this cane inside the cage.
Christian trying to revive referee.
He has no idea that Abyss has got the belt.
Oh, he's going to set him up. He's got, oh, he hits it. He hits the unprettier. Could it be right here? The referee, is he going to get up in time? There he is.
Revive time. Wow. That was close. The champ almost retaining. Referee revived Andrew Thomas with the count, but amazingly, Abyss kicks out of the unprettier.
It's not something that you do, and you know what, it took a little too long to get referee Andrew Thomas up there for the counter. I think Christian Cage will retain the belt.
No!
What's he gonna do up here? What is he gonna do?
He stopped and looked at him from the top rope, but now he's scaling.
No way!
Top of the count!
No way! Frog splash from the top! Wow!
Frog splash off the top of the cage, my God!
That was freaking insane!
Pin him!
It's over!
Pin him!
1, 2, what? No way!
What just happened there? He kicked out?
No way!
We gotta take another look at this. Guy's in the truck, show it to us!
Look how high up he hit it from! Whoa! How did he kick out of that?
He's not a man, he is a monster! He kicked out before the 3 count and he's still alive!
Yeah, he doesn't have sense enough to know he was pinned. Oh, what does that do to the mindset of Christian Cage? I mean, how do you hit him with anything better than that?
Right, what more can you do? Gonna try it again on prettier attempt now? Shock treatment! Took him up on the torture rack and drove him down with the shock treatment.
Oh man, the Monster Abyss, that might be what he needed. Able to somehow kick out of the frog splash. And again, it's like I said, mentally Christian Cage is thinking, I've hit him with the best shot a man can hit him. I hit him from 30 feet up and he's got the tag.
He's got that bag. We expect that there's the thousands of thumbtacks inside that bag. Boy, the complexion of this match has really swung back and forth in the past couple of minutes. And now, yes, Monster in charge.
Oh, man, look at this.
God.
Look at the numbers. He's just laying them out there. Thousands of them.
And he's putting him into place with his hands so that more of the thumbtacks have that pointed edge sticking up.
Oh, man, this is just brutal. Oh, Christian Cage able to use that. Cage! That was Demetrius that was brought in and he's smashing it and he breaks it right over the Monster Abyss.
Just smashed him with the cane and broke the cane with those repeated shots. Christian now, he's got to take advantage of this situation. He's got to make, I don't know if he's going to use the thumbtacks or not.
But he's going to go for another frog splash? He's going to try to go up there for another one? Is this guy insane?
And again, Don, think of this, the longer that this match goes, the more difficult. Look out!
Oh, right into the cage and that drops him down.
He threw the referee. He took Andrew Thomas up, and just as Christian was up at the top of the cage, he threw the referee against the side of the cage, and that caused Christian to drop down.
Oh, he's in a bad spot right there as he's going to have to get back in the cage. And the Monster Abyss is going up there to greet him. And it's not going to be with a hello, I can tell you that. Oh, look at the strikes he's throwing, and he's trying to get back in. His cage fights back. Oh, no.
No, from the top of the cage, he's got him throttled. He's got him goozled, and Christian tries to fight off. Look out! Went for the sunset flip, but that's 3.
No, he nails him! He nails him right into the back! The champion able to turn it around! Look at those tags sticking out the side of his back there! Let's show the...
Now the champ's in charge! Now the champion's in control! Pin him! Pin him and keep the title! Cover! Oh, the referee's out.
Oh, the referee, that's right! He threw him up against the fence and he's going, wait a minute!
Rudy Charles is gonna get in there.
What? Slick Johnson comes in! 2! Oh, he kicks out!
Just 2! Well, referee Slick Johnson just ran right by senior official Rudy Charles. Talk about taking charge.
Well, you are kidding. He just took control of the situation. But at least we had a referee ready to get in there. Oh, look at that sight! The blood coming out of the arms. The tags in the back. Oh, this is a chance right now for Christian Cage to put him away, Mike.
Championship belt being shown to the crowd here at Lockdown. Waiting, measuring, Abyss till he gets to his feet. Look at all those puncture wounds and the blood pouring out.
Oh! Black hole slam! 1, 2! Oh, he kicked out of it! He kicked out of it! Only 2! Wow!
We've said this this before. We said it with that frog splash off the top. What do you have to do to get a 3 count? Black hole slam, it usually equals 1, 2, 3, but only a 2 count.
How he was able to kick out of that is beyond me. What an incredible
What's he got?
Another bag attack. You gotta be kidding. He reached underneath and pulled it out.
And Mitchell, again through that, the hole that's positioned there for the camera shot, has tossed in another bag of tacks.
Oh no! How much more can Christian Cage take?
Shot.
And look at, he's still got tacks stuck in his arms.
You think he knows that? Fighting through that pain.
That just shows you how sick this monster is, and he's gonna, oh man! This has just become a floor of tacks now.
And again, positioning those thumbtacks to take the champ, Christian Cage, and put him into him. He says, I'm going to drive you to the tacks, and I'm going to win the championship belt. Choke slam on the way. Takes him up.
Oh, wait a minute, he's countered
over. Unprettier.
Can he hit it? Can he hit it? Right over the tacks, and he nails him. Right in the face. Right in the face. Right in the face.
Face first into the thumbtacks cover.
1, 2, he's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is still NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Christian Cage.
Man, look at that. That's a champion, Professor. That's a champion right there.
Post-match celebration. The NWA World Heavyweight Champ retains the gold at Lockdown, and everyone's so appreciative. Standing ovation for Christian Cage. Here's another look.
Look at this, right in him. Face first, ow!
Can you imagine going in through the holes in the mask, the thumbtacks in your eyes?
Unbelievable. That is a memory you will take away from Lockdown from this day forth. And we're not even done. Oh, look at the monster. Oh, he got his revenge. It's gotta feel sweet.
It is revenge. It's payback. It's redemption for these incredibly personal issues between the Monster Abyss and James Mitchell and, yes, Christian Cage.
Has one in the cage. Wow, what a moment.
What a great matchup that was. You're right, Don. We've still got Lethal Lockdown to come. We've still got Jeff Jarrett's Army against Sting's Warriors. The crowd here showing their respect for the champ as we take a close-up look at the challenger. He went down in defeat, but it was a gutsy performance by Abyss in the loss.
Oh man, he set up the tags and they ended up costing him not once but twice. But you think, wait a minute, Christian Cage is walking back.
I don't know what this is about. Headed back inside the cage. It was almost as if when he started walking up the ramp that a light bulb went off in his head.
Oh, now he wants Mitchell. That's what he wants. He's already vanquished Abyss. He wants Mitchell.
I think of all the hell that Mitchell put Christian Cage's family through. Oh no, Abyss low blow from behind.
He got too greedy, Mike. He got too greedy.
But look out for that chain. I mean, you can't blame it. Think of everything that he did when he invaded his privacy.
Oh no, somebody stop this. Not after everything that's happened. Oh, he's wrapping up around like a boxing glove, and oh, he scratches him
right in the top of the head. He hit him with the steel chain.
Oh, this is just wrong.
He just laid out the champ with the steel chain. Well, the post-match celebration here, boy, it's come to a screeching halt.
Oh, the crowd is silent right now.
You're right, the crowd is just hushed.
They're stunned.
They can't believe what's gone down here. It went from the total upside of Christian Cage retaining the championship.
Oh, busted open.
God, look at the blood.
Oh, that is just, he is still the champ. That's not going to change, but this is now He went back for more to get Mitchell, and look at this, and he slinked him outside.
He just flung him out onto the floor. Gonna pick up the steel chain as well. Come on, we need some help out here to separate.
Somebody get out
these
here
two.
and stop this.
Now what's going on here? Mitchell and the Monster Abyss, they've got that chain put into place.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad. No way, they're choking him with it. They're hanging him with it.
He hit him in the head with that steel chain first, and now he's got it wrapped around his neck. He tried to drown him in his own pool, and now he's trying to choke the life out of him with a steel chain wrapped around his neck.
That shows you just how sick and sadistic Mitchell is and Abyss is. Somebody get out here. Oh, they're hanging him right there. This is just so wrong.
That's 350 pounds of Abyss that's pulling back, that's yanking on that steel chain while it's wrapped around his neck.
Oh, you can see right there the blood coming out of his head as he's pulling on the chain.
Oh, you're right. Oh, God, somebody, we need some help out here.
We've got to get security out here, and here they come.
You've got the prize. What did Mitchell just say? He just said you've got the prize.
You Abyss. He's giving him the belt.
Wait a minute. No. Christian Cage retained the NWA World Heavyweight title. You remember what Mitchell said? Remember Mitchell's promise and his guarantee?
That he'd walk out of here with the belt. And he's got it in his hand. He's not the champion, but he's got the belt.
You're right, he's not the champ, but Mitchell and Abyss just paid off that promise.
Full Metal Mayhem is the culmination of a hardcore encounter where anything goes, whether it's chairs, ladders, tables, chains, tacks, glass.
Full Metal Mayhem. Other organizations have used tables, ladders, and chairs. That's what this match is, taken to a whole nother level, because Abyss is one that I like to say that he's probably mastered that corner of the market, Full Metal Mayhem, and because it's so violent, you really got to have your head going into that match knowing extreme violence is going to happen.
Full Metal Mayhem to us is probably a TLC match taken to the next level. All kinds of weapons involved, tables, ladders, chairs, tacks, chains, frying pans, an ironing board, anything with a metallic structure, if you will.
To prepare for Full Metal Mayhem, you have to turn yourself both mentally and physically into a complete and utter animal.
Full Metal Mayhem, it's I think the title pretty much says it all, right? If it's made of metal, you can use it. Chair, chain, well, there's tables, but there's metal in the tables underneath. People might not realize that, but that really hurts. Thumbtacks, get your hands on it, you can use it. You know, it doesn't even have to be metal. Just grab it and use it. It's mayhem, it's everything, it's everything and the kitchen sink match.
In Full Metal Mayhem, it's not a question of if you're gonna bleed. It's just a matter of how much you're gonna bleed.
Whatever it is that drives, whatever it is that motivates the Monster Abyss, it remains a mystery to me. Whether it's mysteriously disappearing from TNA, as he recently did, only to make a surprising and a shocking return at Final Resolution, to these unprovoked attacks that we've seen in recent weeks on Jeff Hardy. Without any communication, without a spokesperson, it's impossible to know what's going on in the head, in the mind of this 6'8", 350-pound monster. But Don, it always comes back to violence. It always comes back to brutality. And tonight, the levels of both to be excessive, because it's time for Full Metal Mayhem.
I'm gonna tell you something. You talked about his unpredictability. That's what makes this guy so dangerous. And he gets focused on something, and he's relentless. And he has been focused on the rock star Jeff Hardy. It's like it's all he can think about is what he's gonna do to Jeff Hardy. Well, Jeff Hardy has answered the call. This is something that Jeff Hardy's good at. When tables, chairs, ladders are involved, Jeff Hardy's one of the best this business has ever seen.
And on top of that, the NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, let's just say that he's raised the stakes. He certainly raised the bar with this match, but the stakes, they're raised as well, as you see, being put into position high above the ring. There are 2 envelopes, Don. One of those envelopes is empty. The other envelope contains a contract for a match against the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, whoever that might be, on a future Impact broadcast on FSN.
Well, think about that. That's where the dilemma can get just so crazy. You go up top and you see the guys putting the contracts up there. You don't know which one's the right one. You might exhaust all your efforts. You might exhaust all your energy. Get up to the top and then pull down the wrong envelope. Not to mention, you're going through tables, chairs, ladders, chains, steel steps, rails, anything that's not nailed down.
If you followed the history of these 2 men, you know that both through the years have excelled in matches involving chairs, ladders, tables. Well, tonight, for the very first time, TNA with Full Metal Mayhem. Tables, ladders, chairs, and chains. Hell, anything metal is legal. You can use it as a weapon. This isn't going to be pretty. But those 2 envelopes hung above the ring. One has the contract, the other one's empty.
I'll tell you what, you can see the focus on Jeff Hardy's eyes. He knows he wants another shot at the World Heavyweight Champion, whoever that may be one day on Impact. But I'll tell you something. He can't figure out why Abyss picked him, why Abyss focused on him. Well, you know what? He's going to have to deal with it. He has, and let's see how he can handle 350 pounds of unpredictability.
Well, you're right. One would anticipate that a monster Abyss is going to look to exploit the advantage that he has. Don, let's figure it out. It's 6-7 inches in height. It's 100+ pounds in weight. Jeff Hardy, on the other hand, my guess is he's going to need to hit and run. He's going to also need to use these weapons around ringside as an equalizer against this monster.
Well, you just said the right word right there, equalizer. That's what a steel chair and a metal ladder can do. That's what going through a table can do. That takes away the height and weight advantage. And he does have one thing going for him, speed and agility.
Wow, Hardy springs off the ropes, connects, but does not take down Abyss. Going to try it again. Just too big, just too powerful. I'm surprised that Hardy, here in the opening minute of this match, is trying to fight him one-on-one. I thought he would try more high-risk movement. No, instead, Abyss goes for the leg drop. Hardy able to roll out of the way, and then, answers back with the leg drop.
Well, I'll tell you what, the key of this match is somehow getting up there and getting the envelope. You got to have a strategy. And you got to do something when you're taking on Abyss. You got to do something unorthodox. You can't do something that's normal because he's not normal. And that's what Jeff Hardy's doing right here. But I don't know if you realize how high those envelopes are. That's what took a couple extra minutes getting this match started. The guys couldn't even reach where they were putting the envelopes to. They had to go back and get taller security guys to put the envelopes up.
Hardy tossing the steel chairs into the ring, but Abyss stays one step ahead of him.
What a great shot by Hardy!
Springing off the steel chair, crashing down with all of his weight onto Abyss. We're gonna get another look at this one.
Here he goes, right over the top.
Wow.
Clears it. Now think about this. If he doesn't clear that, a foot of his catches that top rope, and he steps down in and hits the ring apron, and that could be devastating.
And how about Hardy using the power game against Abyss in the opening minutes of this match and using it effectively?
Well, he's had revenge on his mind so long, and I'll tell you something, we saw one of the impacts where he was able to go up and reverse into a DDT and slam Abyss's head in the table, so he knows a few tricks himself.
Well, we saw Hardy, you're right, he answered. First it was Abyss who press slammed him up and over the top through a table, but then that DDT, that was the right answer. He put Abyss through the wood on a recent Impact broadcast.
Setting the chair up, is he gonna try to do the same thing again? I'll tell you what, don't go to the well too often. Don't be thinking in any way, shape, or form that Abyss is some kind of a simpleton, because he's not.
Hardy rethinks the matter.
Oh, look at the straight.
Charges at Abyss. I said this might be a mistake. Nope. Able to fight it off. Tried for the press slam again, and...
Oh, cracks him with the chair, and that's how you equalize things.
That hesitation when Abyss got into the ring, going through the ropes, allowed Hardy to waffle him with the chair, gonna spring off, look out.
Oh, man, he barely got his arms up just in time, or that would have been the end of it. The momentum would have taken him out.
You just said it earlier. This is not a simpleton. He may have tunnel vision. He may be incredibly focused on whatever task he has at hand, but don't underestimate the monster Abyss.
No, you do that, you'll pay for it. You'll
just
pay
like
the
that.
price.
You'll pay the price of a steel chair driven right into your face.
Oh, he was so lucky to block that, but still the force of the blow, you know he's in pain. And right there, this is Abyss's opportunity to take advantage of it. Now he's going to apply the weight.
It's exactly what I expected to see from the early minutes of this match. I thought that Abyss would go to the power game. Instead, it was Hardy. He used it effectively, but the question was for how long? And now you see that it was starting to pay off for Abyss, but he turned his back on Hardy, tried to get one of the ladders. Hardy tries to mount a comeback, but Abyss just tossed him right off into the steel.
Well, you can see right there is Abyss setting up the table. He's setting them both up kind of side to side.
He's positioning them side by side.
Oh, look at this. He's going and grabbing more.
Another table that he brought down from the side of the ring entrance ramp.
Well, Jeff Hardy's still reeling from that blow into the rail right here. Again, this match, there's so much at stake. As while he's doing that, Hardy's trying to get a ladder into the ring.
Well, Abyss with a unique way to stack these tables, stacking one on top of the two that are already positioned. Meanwhile, Hardy senses that he sees an opening. He slid a ladder into the ring, but then Abyss follows right back up.
And again, we talk about this. That's how focused this guy gets. He gets a plan in his mind.
This is just what we talked about, this tunnel vision that we just mentioned a couple of seconds ago.
He's got this pyramid of tables envisioned in his brain, and he's not going to stop till he sets it up.
We just mentioned it earlier, how he gets focused on a task, and that's exactly what we're seeing from Abyss. Stacking, yes, two tables on top of two, and now he's going to go back into the ring and try and inflict some pain and punishment. As we've seen from the past, he loves to take Hardy up into the air and press slam him through those tables from the ring.
He'd be going through 4 tables. If he does that, that'll be all he needs. He'll be able to get a ladder in there and climb up and pull down both contracts for that matter.
Abyss pointing at the tables.
Oh,
he's got him up powerbomb style. Hardy fighting him off.
Oh, he has to. I mean, he knows it can be all over. Oh, Hardy went through the rope. No, nice move though. He almost slipped. Able to figure out some balance and come back and crash Abyss.
Yeah, able to regroup, and that's tough to do when you're springing up those ropes that you already had 4 matches, whatever it's been earlier, where the sweat is on the ring ropes and it's on the turnbuckles, and he was able to slip and slide down. Ladder in play here. Tug of war now with the ladder. Who's going to come out with possession?
I'll tell you what, this is all about positioning right here.
Oh.
Hardy's got the position. He had him trapped.
He just sandwiched it
right.
in the corner. He took the ladder, stomach first, and now springs up.
Did you just see that?
Oh, I saw it. Drop
Holy
kick.
cow!
Drop kick with the steel chair directed into the face of Abyss, who's helpless right here.
Oh my gosh, that was brutal. I mean, we got to see this again. One time he climbs the ladder and then kicks the chair right into him.
And it's all legal because it's Full Metal Mayhem. Opposite side of the impact zone. Other tables stacked up around ringside, but Hardy instead goes for the ladder.
I'll tell you what, he's got a plan in mind too. And he knows that ladders, and we saw an incredible title match that he had with the reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champion Jeff Jarrett, and would have won that match had Scott Hall not come in and interfered. Ladders are what this guy knows so well, and he's setting up some kind of a catapult, it looks like.
Yeah, that or a teeter-totter type situation here with the ladders, but he turned his attention away from Abyss. That allows Abyss now to power him up to the top.
Well, it took him too long, I think, to set everything up, and that's what can happen. You got to move quickly if you've got a plan. What's he going to do right here? Oh, my gosh!
Now we know what the plan was. Hardy springs off the top, crashes down onto one ladder, and then the ladder goes right up into the face of Abyss.
Oh, my gosh, that was brutal.
That could be a knockout.
Abyss is, I mean, that's how you stop. Look at that, he's just writhing in pain.
That could be the knockout blow that Hardy needs. It certainly weakened Abyss. Let's see if Hardy can follow up.
Oh, man, like you said, Abyss is weakened right there. He got his bell rung. And here comes Hardy.
Charges in.
Oh! Yow! Right into a table, right into the mat.
Yeah, right onto the concrete floor as well.
That was sick. No, I don't even know if I want to see this.
Watch the landing. Watch the landing. Overhand. Oh, God. Oh, God. Right on his lower back. His lower back on the unprotected concrete. I don't know how Hardy's going to be able to get up.
No.
Referee Andrew Thomas checking to see if Hardy's going to be able to continue it all. And I've got to question whether he is.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's go, Hardy.
That's just Abyss able to get him thrown over the ropes, the table, set back there, and I mean Hardy. There wasn't nothing even pushing this fall.
Nothing. It probably would have even been better if he would have gone directly through the table.
That's what I was thinking. Anything but what he did.
I know that sounds strange, but when you saw that landing, you saw how it's probably going to affect the remaining portion of this match. I don't know how Hardy's able to even stand.
I don't either, and I'll tell you what, not only stand, able to clear the cobwebs and grab a chair. You've got no choice. Don't ever try this at home. You can see he didn't even have much force in that. The back is hurting him so bad.
Yeah, it's tough when you go to swing, when you go to wind up with that chair. And you injure your back, you just don't have any force behind it.
I got a new respect here for Jeff Hardy. To take a blow like that and come back fighting, right into the ramp.
Yeah, they fight up the entrance ramp. Keep an eye on this monster. Where the heck is security when we need him?
What's he doing?
He's going for another table, Don.
Going for another table?
Hardy, who has been severely hurt here, and yes, is trying to fight through the pain. But Abyss has gone for yet another table, positioning it, I'm going to presume somewhere here on the ring entrance ramp. Where's he going with it?
Now he's taking it up to the top of the entrance where he comes out. Hardy, though, getting to his feet. I'll tell you something, when someone gets focused on something, it's when you got to take advantage of it, and that's what Hardy's got to do.
And that's exactly what he's done, taking advantage of that. Oh, able to catch him with the twist, dropped him down. That's step one, but now Hardy.
You can see Hardy's in such pain from the blow he took to his back. I just don't know how much strength he's got, but my gosh, he's got no quit in him. I'll give him that.
Oh, God!
A great shot by Hardy.
It sure was. Drove him face first right into the table.
What's he doing? What in the world is he doing?
Where's he going?
He's going up to the top. What? He's going up to the top of where they enter into the ring.
No way.
As you can see, Abyss is still
he's climbing.
Right down.
He's climbing to the top of our set.
This is the most dangerous thing I think I've ever seen.
God, how high is he up here?
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding. 30 feet.
No way.
40 feet on the floor.
From the top of the set at the impact zone.
No way.
Hardy.
No way. What? You've got to be kidding me. All the way off the top of the building. Listen to this crowd.
We are about to take another look at one of the highest risk moves, my God, that I've ever witnessed.
Oh, it's about to, how does anybody even get up from that?
How does anybody even consider doing such a move?
I don't know. All I can think of is when he hit his head the first time and knocked all the sense out of him, because nobody with any common sense would do this.
Oh, we gotta see it again if we can. Think of the mental mindset that you'd have to go through just to even consider coming off. Look at this.
Can you believe history's been made again here in TNA? Every time we think we've seen it all, it can't be topped.
Stick around, pal.
Yeah.
You're watching TNA, and you're watching an incredibly physical spectacle right before our very eyes with Full Metal Mayhem.
Oh, you got to think Abyss right now with the force that Hardy went through it. And Hardy was smart because Abyss's body was able to cushion him so that Abyss took the full brunt of that blow. I'll tell you what, the visual on the big screen while he was doing it was unreal, as you can see it right here, as Hardy getting the ladders
He's got one ladder there you see stacked up and now going to try and send it into the ring.
Oh, that's not just any ladder. That's a humongous ladder. That ladder is like twice the size of a normal ladder.
Abyss crawling hand over hand down the ramp, back to the ring, crowd at the impact zone, cheering on the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy, who's about to position the ladder, and he's about to climb up and take off.
I know what he's doing.
Envelopes.
Think about this. You can grab the wrong envelope, but you know what? With a ladder that size, you might be able to grab both envelopes at the same time.
Boy, if he's thinking that, that's incredible strategy. There you see both of those envelopes hanging high above the six-sided ring in the impact zone.
That's the problem. This ladder's so big, he can't get it placed right. That's what he's trying to do. As now he's going up.
Abyss is still out on the floor. Tried to make his way back in, collapsed, and now trying to just use the ring apron to propel himself up to get back into the ring, and Hardy's gonna climb up the ladder and take down one of these envelopes.
I'll tell you what, he better get up there quickly. He's got to make sure he makes the right decision. You got to think about it. You grab it and it's not the right one.
Again, one of these envelopes is empty. One has a contract for a match on Impact against the world's heavyweight champion, whoever it might be.
Well, we watched him tie these things up. He's got it down. Here it is.
The envelope. Open it up and find out.
Over?
What's in there?
Is it over? No!
It's empty. Oh, Hardy does everything within his power to climb up, but then it was the empty envelope.
Oh, you can see now Hardy gets down quickly as he fights back. So close. He's going to have to shimmy up this thing quickly.
Well, obviously,
we know this
the contract is there. Tear it down, Hardy, and get a shot against whoever the NWA champ is. Climbing up.
Abyss, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Reach up and grab it,
Hardy,
Jeff.
grab it. You can see that he's...
Abyss rocking the ladder. Now going to try and just pull him down and...
Hardy's fighting with everything, trying to kick him off. Abyss obviously now getting his senses a little bit better. He took such a wicked blow. That's why Hardy's got the advantage. Oh, no!
Oh, my God! He just whipped him. He just shot him right over the ropes, and he went right through the 4-table step.
Oh, my gosh, again, you can see the pain in his leg. Back, I don't know
this could be it. This could be the opening for Abyss. Climbing up the ladder.
He's so close.
Once he takes it down,
he's got it.
He's got it in. He wins it. Abyss wins it. But what an effort by Hardy.
Oh, that last, he took some wicked shots. Hardy is just so upset. He's busted the other table now out of pure frustration. But you gotta give Jeff Hardy all the credit in the world. He did something tonight that was the most phenomenal thing that I've ever seen.
Now Hardy is snapped out here.
No, he's lost it.
It's frustration. He's lost it. And you know what? I can't blame him.
Not the right envelope, it'd be over.
And we're ready to roll inside the Impact Zone. NWA World Heavyweight Championship on the line in our main event. Let's take a look now at the tail of the tape. The numbers illustrate the sizable height and weight advantage for the challenger. Can Abyss exploit that 100-plus pound edge and come away with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship? The bullet points behind this match. They stalked Christian's wife. They attempted to drown him. They hung him with the chain. Abyss and Mitchell have made it more than a wrestling grudge. They even went so far as to mastermind the stealing of the NWA Heavyweight Championship belt, but it's been returned and it's hanging above the ring. Both men, a storied history when it comes to matches involving tables, ladders, chairs, and chains. Only one thing left. It's time for Full Metal Mayhem.
There you see right there, the Monster Abyss making his way through the ramp. You gotta wonder what's going through that mind. That, a lot of people think that's a simpleton there, but I don't. I think it's somebody that may be one track, but when he gets that focus, he knows where he's headed. He can be devastating.
The Monster is on the loose. Great shot backstage. You see? that James Mitchell has met up at the bottom of those stairs with a 6'8", 350-pound monster. Mitchell and his charge, his force, his monster abyss headed to the impact zone in the role of the challenger. NWA World's Heavyweight title, it's on the line in our main event.
Abyss, somebody who will put his body in harm's way at the drop of a hat. Pain is almost like a vitamin to this guy. I mean, it's just, he thrives on it. We've seen him put himself in so many situations. So the tables, the ladders, the chairs, the chains, you've got to think that a man like this, that it would be to his advantage.
It's been really brilliant strategy on the part of James Mitchell. They started with the stalking of Christian's wife, Denise. They turned it up a notch. They attempted to drown Christian in his own swimming pool at his house in Tampa, Florida. They then proceeded last month at Lockdown to hang Christian Cage from the side of the Six Sides of Steel with a steel chain. There's wrestling grudges, Don. There's wrestling rivalries. But this is so much more than that. This is downright personal.
And there he comes, the champion. That belt he might not have had in his possession, but you and I both know he is the true NWA World Champion. And you know what I think about? I think about all those things that Abyss did to him you just mentioned. And you know what? He's still walking. He's still coming. And he's demanding this type of a match.
And do you think as Christian Cage makes his way towards the entrance ramp here at the Impact Zone, you don't think he's got a checklist going off in his mind, do you? Where he goes back to that stalking, where he goes back to the drowning, where he goes back to the hanging? I'll tell you what, he thinks about every one of those things as here comes the NWA champion.
I mean, they always say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, Abyss has tried everything in his power to take this man out, and he still keeps coming. That's a true champion. That's somebody that deserves to wear that belt. The problem is now he's got to find a way to climb the ladder and get it down.
Weapons placed all over the impact zone. You saw a table, you saw a ladder already up on the ramp. Yeah, there's steel chairs. The monster brought the chain out with him as well. Weapons are in place. The combatants are in place. Main event time, our main event matchup here in the Sacrifice pay-per-view. And the NWA World Heavyweight Championship is about to be on the line. Ready for Full Metal Mayhem? Let's go to JB for the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Orlando, Florida, it's time for your Sacrifice main event of the evening. Ladder match rules will apply as Total Nonstop Action Wrestling presents Full Metal Mayhem for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, official Mr. Earl Hebner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger. Standing outside the ring to my left, accompanied tonight by James Mitchell. He weighed in this morning at 350 pounds and is the #1 contender for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. This is the Monster, Abyss. And now, ladies and gentlemen, standing in the corner to my right, he weighed in this morning at 232 pounds. From Toronto by way of Tampa, Florida, he is the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Captain Charisma, Christian Cage.
Oh yeah, they're standing at the impact zone because they, along with the wrestlers and you at home, realize the importance of our main event matchup. There it is. It hangs in the balance, and it also hangs high above the ring. The 6 sides here at the impact zone. That's the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship belt. You take it down, and you become the champion. But Don, before we get to that point, they're gonna have to fight through tables, ladders, chairs, and chains, and here we go.
Well, you make a great point right there, Mike, is this is gonna be brutal. For those of you out there, if you don't like violence, then I suggest you leave, because this will get violent. This will get nasty. They're gonna use everything in their power. They're gonna do whatever they can, and that belt is hanging. You know, it's from the top, up above these guys. It's gonna take a ladder to get it down. Nice spear right there by Christian Cage.
And right to the offensive with right hand after right hand into the top of the head of the Monster Abyss. Interesting strategy from both men in the opening minute of the match. Christian goes for the unprettier. At the same time, Abyss tried to get him up in the rack. I'm sure on the way to a shock treatment move on the champion, Christian Cage, but neither successful. I think they went to the well a little bit too early. Look at him charge into the corner. That's 350 pounds that just sandwiched the champ against the turnbuckle.
You have to have a little bit different of a game plan in a match like this, because it's not about pinning and it's not about submitting. It's about getting up there and getting that belt down. And the problem is you get caught up in the moment, and sometimes you forget. You'll probably see somebody go for a penitent just because it's reaction. It's what they... Oh! Nice kick right there by Christian. Oh, that wicked ladder shot right into Abyss.
Great reaction by Christian. He sensed and saw that the Monster Abyss was bringing a ladder towards the ring, and he cut him off. Drop kick right into the ladder. It momentarily took Abyss down to the floor, but look at the Monster fight back.
Well, one thing, you've got to get that ladder into the ring if you're going to have a chance. And you can see Christian right there trying to get away, I think, catch his breath. And Abyss just slams his head right there on the mat.
This is actually the most important aspect of this match. It's wearing down your opponent to the point where, Don, they've been taken out of commission, and you have the ability then to position that ladder, get it into place, climb all the way up, tear down the belt, and walk away from sacrifices the world's heavyweight champion. Great shot to the top of the head. Man, Abyss just put the fist right into the head of the champ, Christian Cage.
I would think the strategy would try to be to somehow damage your opponent, get him outside of the ring so that he has no chance of stopping you on your trek to pulling the belt down. So you're going to see these guys sizing each other up, beating each other back, and then someone is going to have the kill shot to where it just sends somebody out to where they can't get back in, and that's how it's going to get done.
The try at the back body drop by Abyss hurt him because Christian caught him with a kick. Then he's able to take Christian Cage over the top, and Cage lands.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot!
He lands on the apron, and yes, he told you about it as well as we did during the bullet points. The history that Christian Cage has in matches involving ladders, and he just used it right there, caught Abyss unaware, and then takes him down to the floor. Great running clothesline as the follow move.
What a shot right there by the champion as he just nailed him right there with the ladder, and then just uses his body weight and sends him over. That's what you got to do. You've got to get him on the outside and then find your way back in. Man, you know, we talk about how Abyss can handle so much pain, but this is, like you mentioned, this is the type of a match that Christian loves. This is the type of thing where he can use his athleticism, so you wonder really who has the advantage in something like this.
The power edge, pretty evident here from the Monster as Abyss just takes Christian and tossed him with ease over the safety rail. Challenger going to try and follow up on the advantage that he has. He's stalking the champ and got him up against the wall. Open hand shot, I believe, right into the chest. Christian going to try and fight back.
Oh, what a shot! Christian slams his head into the wall.
Right here in the crowd at the Impact Zone at Sacrifice, the two combatants in the world title match fight it out right into the wall with the challenger. Christian senses now that he has a momentary advantage. He tries to follow up, but just as soon as he catches him with one right hand, Abyss stops him with a knee.
Nice knee shot right there by the Monster Abyss. And, you know, it amazes me how well he can think on his feet when he's out there. He's just an incredible wrestler. You might not like him, you might not like James Mitchell, but you gotta respect what this guy will do. And this is his chance. You know, he's been I won't even call him a fake champion because we've never even considered him one
No, not a
because he had
champion.
possession of the belt. But this is his chance to really become a champion tonight. This is a chance for the Monster Abyss to change his life forever, where he can have that goal and it be deserving. Oh, nice counter right there, getting out of the way by Cage.
Tried to charge into the champ and try and squash him against that ladder. Christian Cage able to move out of the way, and now he's going to stack the ladder up in front of Abyss. Right hand, a couple of shots right into the top of the head. Ladder positioned in place. Here comes the champ.
Oh, man, right on top of him there. Just crushes him with that ladder.
And then take into account that the guy that just flung that ladder right in your face is 6 feet 8, 350 pounds. Was that Mitchell? Of course it
Yes.
was. Steel chair put into play by James Mitchell. And, you know, we've talked about champion and challenger. We haven't talked too much once the match started about that X factor at ringside, and that's James Mitchell.
Well, I mean, we know that chairs are legal. We know that tables are legal. We know the ladders and chains. But when you have somebody helping you, throwing them in there for you, it makes your job a lot easier if you're Abyss. It's a great advantage he has right there with Mitchell at ringside.
Series of reversals and counters, and then the float over by Christian. Follow up with the chops to the chest. And there goes Abyss into the corner. Oh!
What a shot by Christian. He just nails it.
Put that baby right through the upright.
Whoa!
Float over it.
Down.
Head meets steel.
Man alive, did that come back to haunt Abyss? He just crushed his head in that chair right there. I mean, crushed him.
Mitchell and Abyss, their game plan goes awry as they tried to use the steel chair to weaken the champion. Instead, Abyss goes head and face first into the chair, and now we're going to see a first climbing attempt. Christian's got the ladder in place, title belt hanging above, and hangs in the balance, going to try and bring it down.
Looks like he didn't quite.
He's close, reaching out. He's got his hands touching it. But see, this is the position you put yourself in, Don, when you don't take that belt down. He will land on his feet amazingly, but then Abyss drops him with the big boot.
He had his eye out for Abyss. He knew he was coming. The problem he had right there was he didn't get the ladder lined up properly so he could just grab it. He was too far away from it. By having to reach over, it gave Abyss enough time to come over there and bring him down.
That has to be a learning experience for both men, Don, if you think about it. Where exactly to position the ladder, especially when you see the championship belt swinging back and forth like it is above the ring. Yes, Christian Cage has a lot of experience in matches similar to this, but none of them inside this six-sided ring.
It gives you a different perception of where you are in the ring because it is the hexagon.
He's going to try and suplex Abyss over into the ladder, but no luck. Look out.
Look at him fight this off, though. He gets that leg up there to block it. Christian trying to keep from going into that ladder. Here he goes. Oh! But Abyss just sends him right over, right on top of it, and look at him writhing in pain. Ouch!
We talked about exploiting the size advantage, and here it is. Look at this power. Pure power is what it took right there. Christian charged at him. Abyss took him overhead, and a bad landing back first right into the ladder.
Great counter right there by Abyss, you got to admit. I mean, he just set him up, and I mean, Christian is still writhing in the middle of the ring right there in pain, and you see Abyss going over, grabbing two tables and setting him up. You can see that Mitchell is guiding him. What he wants to do is somehow get Cage into those tables, and that'll give him the opportunity he needs to climb up and grab the belt.
Another advantage that the challenger Abyss has with Mitchell at ringside is it's that extra set of eyes. He can communicate in some way, and he's been that one individual that has been able to communicate with the monster Abyss and let him know just exactly what kind of condition and shape that Christian Cage is in. We've often talked about the tunnel vision that Abyss has. We're seeing it on display here. He's got tables stacked up, two of them outside, side by side, now taking a third table and sliding it into the ring.
And he obviously has a plan, and he's getting everything set up the way he wants. Christian Cage has got to get to his feet here. He's got to find a way to get the momentum back on his side, because you can only go through so many tables. You can only take so many chair shots and keep going. It doesn't matter who you are.
Christian Cage slowly making his way to his feet. Abyss senses now that he's got him weakened and takes him up, gonna try for a powerbomb through the table, but Christian Cage fights him off, right hands to the top of the head.
You can see he got himself turned around there so that, oh man, into the turnbuckle, and he just fell like a stone. I mean, he hit with such force, he just fell back down. You can see the champion, you see referee Earl Hebner behind there, the champion trying to get to his feet, but that one shot he took on the ladder hurt him.
Fired off directly into the corner turnbuckles by the challenger. Abyss takes the champ, Christian Cage. Gonna toss him right across the ladder and measure him and come across the ring. Christian able to move out of the way, and Abyss just crashed right into the ladder.
Well, it was almost like Christian acted like he was hurt more than he was.
I think you're right
there. Set himself up on that ladder, and Abyss fought. That's something I think where James Mitchell's got to let Abyss know, hey, don't fall for that, because now look at this. Christian taking that ladder and using it like a weapon the way he wants.
Shots with the ladder to Abyss, then rolls him over, positions him in place just the way he wants it.
Here he goes.
Christian Cage from the top.
Oh, man, he missed the frog splash, Mike, and creamed himself. Ow!
My, wow, what a bad landing that was by Christian Cage. Frog splash attempt, and he went chest first right into the steel ladder.
Oh my gosh, it was a wicked shot. And now you heard the chain being rattled as Abyss pulls it out. Oh man, that's not only does that knock the wind out of you, you got to consider the pain. And
look out.
Oh, he moved out of the way. Man, that was a wicked shot he threw with that chain though.
Swinging the steel chain, Christian able to move out of the way and now drives Abyss right into the table. Gonna take him again, where's he gonna send him now? Apron, face first. And now the champ's got the chain. Christian Cage got the steel chain, and yes, it's legal. It's Full Metal Mayhem. It's all legal, and he's got it wrapped around his neck. How about this?
Payback right here. Look at this, and you see the champion pulling back on the neck right there of Abyss, and he's got to feel good. This is his chance to get a little payback on the Monster Abyss, and look at this. He's pulling him up, and you can see Mitchell trying to prod him with that cane hand.
Oh, God, we talked about
that. Oh, what a shot! What a move by Abyss!
Never expected that, did you? I never saw that one coming either, and I'm sure Christian Cage did. Again, that 100-plus pound edge that he has, the strength and power advantage is on display, my God.
Oh, he got the leverage, and he just sent him flying,
and
man.
Did you notice, look at this, when he crashes into the table, he also crashes down into a steel chair, which was on top of the table.
What a shot right there, and this is a chance. This is what I talked about. You get the guy knocked out outside the ring, and you have a clear path to go up there and grab this belt.
Boy, just what it looked like. There was retribution for Christian Cage from that sick hanging last month at Lockdown. He had the chain wrapped around the neck of Abyss, but Abyss has turned this baby in his favor, and he's close to the belt.
Oh,
he's got his fingers on it.
Wait a minute.
Christian's in the ring. There's a steel chair shot.
Just not enough right there for Abyss to get up there and get it. And now you see Christian going up there with him because he knows that belt is right there on Abyss's side. He's got to fight for everything he's got. Now he goes for it.
Champion and challenger fighting from the top of the ladder and just reaching up. Who's going to take down the belt and walk out of sacrifice?
Oh, both go flying there. The rope stopped the ladder, and both of them somehow able to stay inside the ring.
Even look at the back of Christian as he crashed down on the apron. It was a bad landing. Did you see the way his legs, Don, made contact with the ring ropes? And you can see that he's favoring the knee. We saw the welts and marks across his back.
I want to see right here what you're talking about.
Watch the landing with the ring ropes.
Oh, you're right. He got himself caught right inside the ropes. This gives Abyss a chance, and you can see right there, Mitchell had something, didn't he?
I'm guessing that's that bag.
Oh, he's got the bag.
I'm guessing it's the bag of tacks. We've seen this on more than one occasion. Mitchell in.
What's he telling him to do? Just go ahead and finish him off, throw him in the tacks, and then you just climb up and grab it.
And now he's got there they come. He's spreading them out inside the ring. Mitchell going to use his cane to spread them out even more. And you know that they're trying to turn the tack side up.
Oh, absolutely. The more that you can get to hit, the more damage it's going to do to Christian Cage. But they're taking too long. He's setting him up. He hits the unprettier right on the ladder. Look at Abyss. He's writhing in Spade! Wait a minute! Oh, Mitchell is caught wide open!
If you can read lips, you know what kind of position Mitchell's in.
Can he do it?
Can he put him in the tax?
He picks him up! Yes! They just slammed him right down to the tax! This crowd's just gone nuts! Wow, is that getting payback right there?
You're right, it is.
That had to feel so good to Christian.
You stalked the man's wife. You tried to drown him. You tried to hang him. And the fans here love to see James Mitchell go back first right into those tacks. Steel chair shot. Oh, God. His head on the table, and he just whacked him right in the back of the head.
Abyss doesn't even know where he is. Think about this. He took that unprettier right on top of that steel ladder.
You're right.
He is absolutely, I think he's flaked out over there. And he just sets it right up where he wants. What an opportunity. I can't believe he was able to jam James Mitchell in those tags. Here he goes. This is his chance.
Going to take down the belt. Christian Cage, so close. Is he going to walk out of sacrifice?
Wait a minute, he's stopping. What's he doing?
He's having second thoughts about taking down the belt because he sees the prone body of the monster Abyss across the
Oh, frog splash right through the table. Wow. He wanted to get another shot on him right there. Unbelievable. Let's see that again.
There it is. Oh, man, that's the exclamation point. He turned down the opportunity to take down the belt, and instead he frog splashed the monster right through the wood. Up, take down the belt, walk out of sacrifice with the title.
He's so close. Can Abyss stop him? He's got it. He's going to pull it down, and he is the champion still.
And still, heavyweight champion of the world, Christian Cage. What a night it's been, Don. What a night it's been here at Sacrifice.
Monsters Ball, you know, that's the match in TNA that in the history of professional wrestling, there's always been different types of monsters and badasses, and that's our match where all the big monsters come together, fight it out, battle it out with extreme violence. Most of the time, there's 4 guys in Monsters Ball, but there's only one that remains standing after it because the other 3 have crashed and burned or gotten the hell beat out of them.
You get the baddest guys in town, you throw them in a ring with a bunch of artillery, and you let them go at each other. So, I mean, it's a real unique situation.
The Monsters Ball match is set up for the monsters of TNA. You know, the guys that want to brawl, the guys that want to go out there and destroy their opponent.
You know, some people go to church. Some people go to counseling. Some people seek family and friends. But when Abyss wants to feel at home, Abyss competes in Monsters Ball. The true ultimate test of toughness, of grit, of iron will.
I think surviving a Monsters Ball is a feat in and of itself, but to actually come out on top, I mean, it sends a message, you know, lets the world know that no matter what they throw up against you, you're gonna be triumphant. I mean, it's a very, very dangerous match. I mean, it's very unpredictable, and that's the biggest thing about Monsters Ball. You never know what's gonna happen.
When you win Monsters Ball, which Abyss has, at that point in time, you stand tall, and you are the toughest man in total non-stop action wrestling. In TNA, you prove to your peers and to the fans that you are, in my case, a weapon of mass destruction.
Winning the Monsters Ball match, it's a match that's so crazy, so intense. You know, every time you go out there, you want to win your match. But when you win a match like that, it's glorifying. You know, that's something you can brag about for the rest of your life. And nobody can take that away from you because you were victorious that night, that match.
Survival in Monsters Ball, I mean, state of mind is just self-preservation. I mean, you gotta have to have a love for life and a love of keeping it. So, I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing. I mean, so many things can go wrong, and usually, you know, when you talk about the men that participate in Monsters Ball matches, I mean, they're such dangerous individuals. I mean, it's just a real tough thing to kind of wrap your head around. But at the end of the day, I mean, you just gotta go out there and you gotta know that you're gonna go into this fight, you're gonna get banged up, you're gonna get scratched up, and you're not gonna come out unscathed. And you know, just about how much you're willing to sacrifice to win.
The mindset has to be one of pure inhibition, no holding back, no holds barred, total destruction. In the end, the mindset you have to have is that you're gonna go out there and hurt your opponent worse than he's gonna hurt you. And that's the key to winning Monsters Ball, because you're gonna get hurt.
The following contest is the Monsters Ball 2. About to make his way to the ring, this is the Man Beast, Rhino. He's already made an impact tonight and Bound for Glory. He came to the ring, he confronted Raven, he called him pathetic. That was earlier tonight. Now he needs to refocus. He's out of the solitary confinement, just like his 3 opponents for this matchup. And yeah, he brought weapons, all right. He brought a trash can full to the ring for Monsters Ball. Introducing competitor number 2, accompanied to the ring by James Mitchell. He is the 6'8" monster, Abyss.
Well, you heard James Mitchell, and in his mind, this isn't even a contest. This is something that this guy's been used to, and he mentioned that a battle like this might bring up repressed memories in the mind of the Monster Abyss. And think about that. If you get this guy angered to the point of insanity, which he might already be, hell and destruction is sure to follow.
The monster has been unleashed, turned loose by James Mitchell. And look what Abyss has brought to the ring, DW.
Oh, his famous bag of 1,000 tacks, and we've seen not only his body, but other bodies just bloodied by it. I remember that fight at Sabu, just 1,000 tacks stuck in his scarred body.
And he's got a steel chain as well to go along with those thousands and thousands of thumbtacks. 2 men in. Let's get the next competitor introduced. Take it, JB.
Introducing competitor number 3 from Bombay. This is Sabu.
He just needs a chair, Mike. You see him, that's his weapon of choice. It's what he feels comfortable with as he comes out throwing it, tossing it. And you look at that body that he wears and you realize there's nothing that can be given to him that he hasn't felt.
Scarred from head to toe, and he earned every damn scar.
Introducing the final competitor from Cameron, North Carolina. He is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
Here comes the charismatic enigma. Here comes the 4th member of Monsters Ball. Jeff Hardy makes his way to the ring because there's plenty enough weapons that are already inside the 6 sides.
I'll tell you what, this guy to me is the wild card of this Monsters Ball. He's somebody that we've seen go through countless tables and done all kinds of daredevil acts. He's a guy that's not afraid of pain. He's a guy that maybe even a little bit more athletic than the other 3. He's going to have to use that, and obviously Rhino and Abyss realized it and went right at him.
Sabu, steel chair right into the head of the Monster Abyss. And then on the offensive with Rhino. Man Beast shoots him off into the ropes. Now charges at Sabu, who tosses him over the top and down to the floor. Rules, anything goes.
Oh, man! Sabu catches him with that shoulder. Oh, nice kick right there to the gut by Hardy. That allows him to get the chair.
Yes, it's no disqualification. It's falls count anywhere in the impact zone as Hardy springs off the steel chair, connects with the knee to the Monster Abyss and going to go to the well again.
Oh, man, Hardy goes flying over the top. You were going to explain the rules, folks. There's no point. There are none.
Other than falls count anywhere, keep that in mind. Yep, bring your own weapons, use your own weapons. They've been locked up in solitary confinement from midnight last night until the pay-per-view began earlier this evening. And now they've been let loose in the Monsters Ball.
I'll Tell you what, the cameramen have a chore in this match like no other chore they've had. The viciousness, the brutality, you can see it already. There's already Sabu busted open.
Oh, it's a dangerous place to be in the pit with these four men turned loose. Abyss and Hardy battle on one side of the arena. Sabu, you're right, he's been opened up on the other side, and there goes the monster into the retaining wall.
I'll tell you what, great move there by Hardy as he used Abyss's momentum and threw him in, and now you can see Hardy going up to the top right there.
Look out!
Crazy, and he catches Abyss perfectly.
Double sledge from the top of the bleachers. Hardy has got Abyss on one side of the arena. You can see Sabu has been busted wide open above his eye. It's got to affect his vision, Don.
And think about the eye, how sensitive it is. Of all the places that Sabu could be bleeding, right there at the eye's got to be the worst. It affects his vision. You know, the pain that you get when something stabbed in your eye, it can really disorient you and take you off your game.
And when you lose your vision in a match like this with three other competitors,
you're done, man.
You're in difficult positions.
Yo, you got that right. You can't see in this match. I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, because it's Falls Count Anywhere. Because you have wrestlers coming at you from every conceivable angle and position. And Jeff Hardy says, let's dump the weapons out. Chair shot. Sabu just nailed the man-beast Rhino.
I'll tell you what, this is one of those matches where these people, afterwards, the pain they gotta feel, the physical impairment they're gonna be dealt. As here comes Sabu over. Look at this on top. Oh, Rhino just looked up there and he could see it coming, but he couldn't stop it.
Fighting through that loss of blood, you saw Sabu fly off the top and crash into Rhino on the floor. Abyss has turned it around on Hardy inside the ring.
This crowd right now is so loud. Look at Hardy. Man, Jeff Hardy's on fire. I gotta give him that. This guy is on fire. He is so prepared. He's probably gone many times 12 hours without food or water.
Went to the twist of fate.
Oh, no.
Abyss has him up. Shock treatment. Dropped him down in the backbreaker.
That'll take the wind out of you in a hurry. You can see Hardy right there grasping his ribs.
It's exactly what that move did. And Sabu's going to take advantage of it with the cover.
Trying to get a quick one right there. And it's, I mean, at times you might work with somebody, but it's every man against himself.
Oh, you're right. It is every man for himself. And you're seeing that play out right in front of our very eyes. Steel chair.
What a shot right there. Oh, man.
One for Abyss. One for Sabu. And, another for the monster Abyss, courtesy of the man-beast Rhino.
Abyss gets the boot up. And here goes. Hardy uses Sabu's back. And catapults right into the head of Abyss.
Well, you talked about this just seconds ago. Sometimes they work as a team, and sometimes they don't.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Jeff Hardy learned a valuable lesson right there. Do not trust anyone, and Sabu just made him pay.
Leg drop, steel chair, and a vicious kendo stick shot from Rhino, and batter up. Home runs, courtesy of Rhino. All three, he's been busted open too.
I'll tell you what, it is just, I told you folks, it's brutal, and surely you've got the little kids out of the room by now. This is just not the match for them. Do not try this at home.
Repeated kendo stick shots. The Singapore cane, and he's gonna set up for the gore. Look at this position in the corner. If Abyss gets to his feet.
Oh, Abyss does, and he gets him right into the chokehold, and here we go. Slams him down.
My God, choke slam. Back first goes Rhino on the steel. Pin, 2.
I'll tell you what, Rhino, his size is so deceiving. I mean, height-wise.
You're right, 6'3", 275 pounds.
But you look at those legs, man, and you see tree trunks. You see a powerful source. And he uses them so effectively.
Huge power, strength, edge in this matchup for the man-beast Rhino and the monster Abyss. But you know, it hasn't been a detriment to Jeff Hardy and Sabu yet, as we see Hardy take it to Abyss.
I'll tell you what, Jeff Hardy, in my mind, although that mistake he made trusting Sabu was costly, has really been on fire, and there he grabs the ladder.
You talked about it earlier. You said Jeff Hardy is known through the years for employing the ladder as a weapon. And Abyss just caught him and dropped him with the ladder. Meanwhile, in the ring, Rhino using a weight belt. on Sabu. Vicious shots out here.
Abyss just applying that pressure of that ladder right into Hardy. I mean, just going right at him.
And did you notice? He was using the ladder. He was hitting him in the stomach and in the knee. Gonna try and take out the high flying of Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy right now reeling, and you can see him. I mean, this is a position where you don't want to be. You don't want to be on your back or on your butt and have nowhere to go. And he's in a corner. He is literally trapped in a corner.
You're right. And James Mitchell as well, directing traffic, positioning and motioning for Abyss to set up the table. Table's in place, Hardy's down and out. Now what's he gonna do? Gonna put a second table in position?
I'll tell you what, folks, as he's doing that, you've got Sabu setting up a table right there against the rail as he goes right back at Rhino. I mean, we're doing our best, folks. It's just mayhem as Hardy right now is somehow gained the advantage.
It's just mayhem. It's just Monsters Ball and Bound for Glory. Chair shots by Jeff Hardy, one after the other to the top of the head of Abyss.
I'll tell you what, he's got Abyss reeling right there. Is he going to hit him one more time just to kind of level him? He does. I can hear it. Oh no, you got Rhino trapped on a table.
And Sabu sets up the chair.
I'll tell you what, here he goes.
Sabu gonna come off the ropes, he'll spring off the chair.
Oh man, and he crashes him through it. Holy cow. Look at the look on Rhino's face as he's checking to see if he's got all his body parts.
Meanwhile, the opposite side
What's he doing?
Jeff Hardy gonna climb the ladder. Where the hell is he going?
Where is he? This is crazy.
Oh my God!
This is
He's going to the top by the TNA logo.
No way!
Mitchell says
no.
Mitchell says no. Hardy, my God, he's going to he's up even higher.
This is absolute. Oh my gosh, that was freaking insane.
Applied camel clutch. Sabu's got Rhino. Wow.
I can't even speak.
You got to catch your breath, D-Dub, because of Monsters Ball. Oh, yeah, that's been everything we expected.
Rhino playing possum right there. Flies up with the kendo stick. Sabu thought after he put him through that table. It was unreal, but listen to the crowd.
Yeah.
What they think.
You're damn right it's awesome. They're standing as one here at Bound for Glory. They're chanting, this is awesome, because this Monsters Ball has been off the charts. Here goes Rhino, shoulder first into the steel.
I still want to know if Jeff Hardy's all right. I know Abyss has got to be absolutely out of it.
I can see Hardy, but now watch Sabu.
Look at him go.
Triple jump, caught him with the moonsault. Pin, we got to watch this action. 1, 2.
Oh, Rhino just able to, you can see Abyss crawling back to the ring.
On his hands and knees, Don.
Oh.
Because he knows he can't be left out of this match. First pin wins it. Here comes the chair. Oh, man.
It makes me wonder that shot that Hardy took, it might have taken more out of him. But I still can't believe he went to the highest point in this building that you could go, and you can see Hardy fighting to his feet.
Another pin attempt in the ring as we saw Hardy make his way back. But Sabu, nope, not able to put Rhino away.
Oh, Abyss right now, he might have an advantage as he's setting up a table. One of the most brutal matches I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, we told you it would be violent. We told you that the levels of brutality would be off the charts. It has been everything we expected. Table position, Sabu with the chair. Oh, and he drilled Abyss with it.
Abyss is, I think, reeling still because he was so focused on that table, he forgot Sabu was right there. Oh, but look at the power. Oh, no.
Put him in midair.
Oh, right on the table.
A table that Sabu had set out earlier. This time he's dropped by the monster, and he went chest first, and he just smashed right through the wood.
Oh, Abyss right now has the advantage.
He's got the tag.
There they are.
The thousands and thousands of thumbtacks.
Oh, man, he just got torn into the table.
What a gore by Rhino. Just folded up, just smashed and broke that table into
what
pieces.
A gore. Right in. I'm telling you, can't
my God, I've ever seen in my life.
And you know what? He did one from a spot even lower than that, and I thought it was the craziest thing. That was insane.
Hardy gonna follow Rhino up from the middle ropes. Here's the size advantage here. Is he gonna go for the Rhino driver?
Here he goes!
No, not from the middle rope!
Oh, man!
Oh my God! My God, you can break a man's neck like that! Pin him!
1, 2, oh, Sabu, did he get it?
Did he pin him? Did he pin him? Yes, he got it!
The winner of the Monsters Ball, Rhino!
My God, what a spectacle! The Rhino driver off the middle rope. Jeff Hardy. My God, he folded up, Don. It could be very, very serious damage to his head and neck.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, the Rhino driver was too much for him. Rhino able to get in there and listen to this crowd.
It's the only word that describes it. You're right. It was awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA's Bound for Glory continues with the Monsters Ball. In this no disqualification match, the winner is the first man to score a pin or submission. And introducing your special referee, Jake the Snake Roberts.
He talked about surprises. He said, expect the unexpected. And check this out, much like on Impact, Jake Roberts headed to the ring. He's got that bag on, and we know what's inside.
He's almost the perfect person when you think about these 4 people that are going to be in Monsters Ball. Why not Jake the Snake Roberts, as like he says, the special guy.
The first participant, accompanied to the ring by James Mitchell. He stands 6 foot 8 inches tall and weighs 350 pounds. The Monster, Abyss.
6'8", 350 pounds of a monster on the loose. He's certainly, Don, the biggest competitor in this 4-way Monsters Ball matchup. Add in, yes, James Mitchell, accompanying him to the ring. And boy, the Monster Abyss, he's going to be difficult to beat tonight.
Well, it wouldn't be a Monsters Ball without the Monster Abyss in it. I mean, he's just perfect for these kind of matches. But the last time when that snake came out of the bag that Jake the Snake Roberts had, we saw a fear in Abyss as he couldn't get out of that ring fast enough. You're going to have to wonder how that's going to play in this match.
And you just saw him put on the brakes right there as he was coming down the entrance ramp.
The second participant in Monsters Ball from New York City, Brother Runt.
We just talked about how big the Monster Abyss is at 6'8", 350 pounds. Well, there's no question, yes, that Brother Runt is the smallest of the competitors in this Monsters Ball match. But when you take into account the size of his heart, I just heard in that package, they called him the Fearless Warrior. What, could there be a better description than that? He's fearless, but sometimes you have to wonder if he even thinks about going into a match like this Monsters Ball and the possible ramifications.
The next competitor from the Bowery, Raven.
You know, you were talking, Mike, about the craziness, and look at this, is Raven. Something right out of the movies right there.
I was going to say almost like a Hannibal Lecter style
got
match.
the Hannibal Lecter. Well, you've got to have that mindset, though. And you know, you talked about Brother Runt, how crazy he is. Is there anybody more diabolical? Is there anybody that uses his mind in more devious ways than Raven? Here's a guy who's so intelligent, we know that.
Yeah,
but
he'll tell you also.
Oh, yeah, he'll tell you, but he's not afraid to put his body on the line any way, shape, or form, and he'll do it here in this match.
Time for the introduction of, yes, the 4th and final competitor in the Monsters Ball.
And the final participant in Monsters Ball is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe!
I've got to see how this works out. You see the tape over the eyebrow right there of Samoa Joe. Yes, still sporting that cut the forehead from that incredible Kurt Angle headbutt this week on Impact. But we have to talk about Abyss, Runt, and Raven. Raven, the heat that they've had with Samoa Joe, it's almost as if they feel like he dissed them. He disrespected them and the Monsters Ball because of all of his focus on the NWA World's Heavyweight title belt that he's had possession of for the past several weeks.
Oh, it's not like Raven and the Monster Abyss and Brother Runt like each other, but you better respect what they do. And right away, they work together to show Samoa Joe, hey, you won't disrespect us. They go right to him, send him out of the ring, and now they do the task at hand. And I think it's a good message sent by Raven. And you brought it up, we've got to be wondering what's going on in the mind of Samoa Joe. I mean, nothing but Kurt Angle to him ever since that headbutt. And he better focus in a match like this, because let me tell you something. Those three will make it pay if he's not ready for what can happen in Monsters.
Abyss set off into the ropes, the drop pull hold by Raven. Face first goes Abyss into the chair momentarily. Yeah, Brother Runt and Raven working together. And then, yes, it's the epitome of evil as the referee in this match, Jake Roberts. I don't think he's even gonna try and control what they do in there, Don. I think he's just there to raise the hand of the winner. Here comes Joe like a freight train in the corner. Caught him with that big forearm shot. Brother Runt burst, and now here goes Raven in the corner. He caught him with the elbow. Oh, what a kick by Joe.
Well, one thing that they did, I think, by attacking Joe right from the start was just tick him off. I mean, if they were worried about where his head was, they got him right back into the game. I mean, that's what Joe is. Yeah, he may have been thinking about Kurt Angle this afternoon, but right now, all he's thinking about is destroying everybody else in the ring.
Face wash in the corner repeatedly, but then as he turns around, the Monster Abyss takes him high up into the air and drove him right down to the canvas with the choke slam. Too close to the ropes here for Jake Roberts to even attempt a pin. Yeah, there's no disqualification in this match. Bottom line, there's no rules. Bring your weapons, whatever you want. But yeah, it's the first pin or submission to win it. Abyss had both Raven and Brother Runt cancelled. Caught Raven with the clothesline, going to take Runt up. Oh, man, high into the air. And then just drove him right down to the mat.
Well, Brother Runt was able to duck the clothesline, but all it did was bring him right back into the power. Look at this! Sends him right into the crowd! Oh, my God! Just threw him right into the crowd!
Oh, the crowd just tossed Brother Runt right back to the ring!
Well, they know they got to get him back in there to win it. And look at this, Raven spins around and clotheslines the Monster Abyss outside.
Yeah, patented discus clothesline from Raven. Oh, my God, look at Raven, high risk.
He goes right over the top of the Abyss, still able to stay on his feet. As you can see, Jake the Snake Roberts trying to get people back into the ring. Joe now getting to his feet. Brother Runt outside Raven. Oh, wait a minute, here comes Joe off the ropes. Oh, my! Corkscrew dive over the top rope and on top of the three. You wanted him, guys. You got him.
And did you mention that he landed on his feet?
Unbelievable.
3 for the price of 1, like taking down bowling pins. Samoa Joe goes airport. Guys, we got to take another look. Is there any way?
Oh. And you can see one replay of Abyss throwing them, and then look at that corkscrew dive, and he lands on his feet. What agility for a big man.
Oh, we come back live, and Raven just caught Samoa Joe unaware. Drilled him right in the gut, right in the midsection. He hit him with that mask that he has.
Silence of the Lambs thing that he's got in his hand.
I have no idea what that's made out of, Don, but as you see when he hit him with it, I mean, there's just no give to it, but look at Joe fight back.
It's like a torture mask of some sort, which of course would come from the twisted mind of Raven. And you can see Abyss now, he's got Brother Runt, he's taking him somewhere. Oh, what a shot right there through a table. Unbelievable shot. Raven sends Samoa Joe on his back and he hit concrete.
Oh, you're right. He went back first through the table, but then the back of his head. That was not a pretty landing because he hit the concrete with it.
Look at this!
Where the hell is Runt going?
Oh, this is crazy. This is just absolutely freaking crazy.
And Abyss is up there with him.
Oh, man. This is a place where, look at this. It's right where Brother Runt wants it. Slamming Abyss's face against the steel balls. No! Unbelievable as he lands on top of the platform. And he's just laying there.
Absolutely no give to that either.
No, it was a sickening thought. And look at this. Oh, man. Abyss just landed. I don't know if we can get a shot of that on a replay. Abyss.
We had the shot of Jake Roberts, who was looking on almost as if Jake was just so pleased with going on here. There you see the after effects. We're going to see it now.
Look at this,
Come on.
folks.
We got it in the truck rolling.
Look. Oh, my gosh. And he just crunches right on top of him.
That's 350 pounds coming down from the top of the scaffolding at the entrance ramp. My God, right down onto Brother Runt.
And Abyss able to get to his feet. Brother Runt's got to be gone. There is no way. And I'm looking over and Abyss pulling him out, but you see Joe and Raven. Abyss just pulled Brother Runt right out of that platform area.
Oh yeah, you can stick a fork in Brother Runt. Oh, there goes Joe over and just took out another table courtesy of Raven.
Oh, they've got Joe reeling right now after the 2 shots that he's taken onto the concrete and through that table. Raven now standing, and you see Abyss throwing basically a dead Brother Runt into the ring.
You know, Jake Roberts, he's the referee here in name only, really, if you think about it. He has been a quote-unquote special guide to this violence. Here's pin. Here's 2, and wait a minute.
Raven pulled on the feet of the Monster Abyss. He didn't want Abyss to get the pin, and you can see Mitchell giving him the what for.
You're right, because the first pin or submission wins this match. And I mean, Brother Runt was going to be pinned right there by Abyss, one would think, but Raven pulled him out, and as a result, all 4 competitors remain alive.
Oh, right now, Raven get tossed back in. Abyss on his feet, as you can see Jake trying to get people back in the ring, trying to do that with this group and this kind of a match. It's absolutely insane. Oh, Abyss getting ready.
Here comes the Monster, springs off the ropes, now hits the far side, here he comes!
Oh, that weight of him just lands right on top of Raven and just knocks the air right out of him, Mike.
I mean, think of what that has to do, Don, to your chest. Jake Roberts down for the pin, 2, and no! Miraculously, he was able to roll the shoulder.
I'll tell you, maybe the little bit of longer count right there, able to give Raven that chance to get that shoulder up. But not able to get the pin quite there. Getting to their feet right now, Monster Abyss has got Raven again, and he pulls him up, and Joe just got in the ring and brings the right in there to bring him down, and another right, and another one. Look at this, Joe just getting fired up. A kick to the back of Abyss's head.
The undefeated Samoan submission machine, able to recover from being sent through 2 tables by Raven. Now Raven goes at him, and Samoa Joe just back body dropped him all over the floor. Inverted atomic drop in mid-ring for the Monster Abyss. Joe goes airborne, caught him with that big boot. Abyss goes down, and he went for the senton, he went for the backsplash, but no, the Monster Abyss able to roll out of the way, and now Abyss has picked up a chair.
And nobody can stop him from using it right there. I don't know that Joe knows he has it. He does now, and he kicks him right there in the crotch. And that'll make you drop a chair in a hurry.
No disqualification, purposeful low blow by Samoa Joe. Chops to the side of the neck. Oh, and then what a slap as he just wound up and caught Abyss on the side of the head.
Nice kick right there by Abyss. Now he comes back and power slammed him right on the chair.
He just snapped off the slam. Jake Roberts for the pin. Raven in. No, just a 2 count, says Jake. What a snap slam that was by Samoa Joe on a 350-pound monster.
And you know, it just never ceases to amaze me what Joe can do. Think about, nice drop. By Raven, and he just goes flying through the ropes, and Raven baited him into that. Raven set him up for that, and Joe bit, and that shows you how smart someone with the experience of Raven can be. And Joe went for it, and it cost him as he's out of the ring.
Oh, what a great point. You're right. He never saw that one coming. One of the patented moves of Raven. Now, Abyss standing alone in the ring. James Mitchell, we talked about how, yes, weapons, yeah, they're allowed, and yeah, this is the signature weapon of the Monster Abyss. Check out that bag. How many are in there, Don? Thousands of thumbtacks.
Thousands, and the crowd knows exactly what it is as they go absolutely crazy. Wait a minute. Jake the Snake Roberts has a bag of his own, and it's a little bit bigger and a lot more dangerous inside, I think.
And you know about the intimidation factor when it comes to the Snake and the Monster Abyss. Now Raven in. Raven and Jake Roberts. Oh, Raven just hit the referee, Jake Roberts. Oh no, gonna go for the Raven effect DDT. Oh man.
Monster Abyss takes them both out.
Jake Roberts and Raven were both clocked by that charging monster.
Well, he wasn't able to get the bag open there to get the Snake out of it, and you can see right here, Abyss winding through his, and while he's taking his time, Raven able to get there to his leg, but Abyss just kicks him right back off.
And now here comes Abyss. He's got the bag opened up. Here come the thousands of thumbtacks. Oh God!
Every time I see that, I think of somebody getting ready to go into him, and we've seen some shots from people in the past, the tacks sticking into the flesh, and it's just an eerie feeling?
Mitchell up on the apron. He says it's doomsday time. He gives the signal to Abyss. Attention turned to Raven. Abyss now going to take Raven. Shoot him off.
Oh, did you see that what Joe did?
Joe pulled down the rope.
He pulled down the ropes and Raven went flying right through and he got Raven back that way and now Joe's got him. Whoa! Stick down! Face right on the deck! Oh my God!
Face first, body first, right into the thumbtacks with Samoa Joe, and yes, that 280 pounds crashing down right on top of him. There it is. He's got that rear naked choke applied.
He could see him choking him out, and Raven right now getting back in, and Brother Rod still everything that's happened to him. We haven't seen him back in the ring. I can't find out where he's laying, and now look at the chair shot right there by Raven.
And then immediately, Joe tries to go right back to that choke, but Raven just clocks him again with the chair. Wait a minute, Jake Roberts gonna take the chair away from Raven. Oh,
Nails him with the DDT right there, and the crowd goes crazy. Raven trying to do it to him. Jake Roberts able to give him a little payback, and now look at this.
Oh no!
Joe's setting him up.
Muscle Buster! Could it be out of the corner? Raven up on his shoulder.
He's got him. Ripped it down. This could be it.
Cover. Jake Roberts counts.
2. Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Monsters Ball, Samoa Joe.
The undefeated Samoan submission machine. He remains exactly that. Undefeated in TNA. He just won the Monsters Ball.
Well, for all those that doubted whether or not he'd be focused, he got focused in a hurry. It's one of those that it just comes by instinct when you're out there in the ring, Mike. And man, able to find the opportunity, and he took it on Raven to get the pin.
Chalk it up. Give the assist to the referee, Jake Roberts. He hit his patented DDT on Raven after Raven earlier tried to DDT the referee. Nope. Samoa Joe instead keeps the streak. Yes, it's intact. Yes, it's alive. And what's Jake Roberts doing in the ring?
Oh no, he's got the bag right there, and obviously Raven's now the target of his anger. And there he does. He puts it right on top of Raven. He's freaking out.
Look at the body of Raven just quivering as the snake winds and wraps its all the way around his body. That's sick.
Oh, that gives me the creeps, man. Look at the size of that python as he holds it up right there. Jake the Snake. Oh, man.
Monsters Ball goes to Samoa Joe.
The ladder match has definitely become a staple of wrestling today. It's a fun match for the fans. It's a grueling match for the wrestlers because, you know, a ladder is a big, heavy, you know, metal object. I've seen guys get their whole faces destroyed from a ladder. You know, I've had a broken rib from a ladder. I've had a broken nose from a ladder. So definitely dangerous, but definitely cool to watch and innovative.
Me personally, I don't like ladders. I'm afraid of heights.
I think the ladder match can be traced back a long time. There were some early, you know, great ladder matches, and I think, you know, I'm pretty proud of the fact that I think I'm one of the guys that really put the ladder match on the map and kind of made it evolve into where it is. And you know, it's kind of the root of a lot of hardcore matches, or you know, hardcore, or you know, evolved into use in a match like the King of the Mountain match or a Full Metal Mayhem match. It finds its way into other areas, but to me, I'm still partial to just the ladder match. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of injuries. I remember one time I got hit in the arm and I had a big hole in my arm. You know, I've had been knocked loopy, you know, many occasions, obviously. You know, just knock on wood, nothing too major for me, but a lot of been banged up, and I'm sure that down the road as I get older, I'll probably start to feel a little bit more. But and I'll let you let me re-answer that question in about 10, 15 years. I'll let you know how it works out.
It was a slight tear in the pec muscle. Didn't realize how much we use that muscle even when we're relaxed. You know, when we're laying down and sleeping, that muscle is contracting. So I couldn't lay down and go to sleep that night for the, I guess, 3 or 4 days because I had to wait for that part to heal.
Yeah, I got bulldogged off the top of a ladder once, and it was the 8th concussion I've ever gotten, and it was so bad that I couldn't even tell you what happened that whole day. I don't remember the match, I don't remember the day, parts of my memory gone. That's how bad that concussion was from a ladder match. There's no doubt that it's more dangerous today because everybody who's in a ladder match tries to top the ladder match before them. Everybody's trying to be innovative, do something more crazy, more death-defying, and yes, more guys get hurt just because the bar is constantly being raised.
Oh my God, that was unreal!
Did you see that suplex from Brother Ray on Lethal?
He just took him from the top of the ladder.
More dangerous, because you got guys trying to, that want to, raise the bar, want to one up, what was done before it, and prove that, they're the best, and that their match can be on par with some of the greats. And so you have guys really pushing the limits. So in that respect, so it makes it actually more dangerous.
Oh, what a shot on the ladder! It's inverted DDT! My God, from the ladder all the way down to the ring!
And I think they're making the ladders out of, like, better steel or something like that.
Yeah, because the last ladder match we were in, or whatever, Full Metal Mayhem, and there was a ladder in there. That ladder was not the same ladder we used 6, 7, 10 years ago.
Brother Ray's got a ladder in hand, and Brother Devon, and they sandwich. They just sandwiched the War Machine.
Makes it become somewhat of a veteran of that match. And I really feel it's to my advantage whenever I'm in a ladder match, and I kind of know all the ins and outs of it. And I'm really proud of the things that I've done in that match. And I think you look back over my career and see some pretty good things have been done with a ladder. And it's always nice too when you have fans or peers come up and say, "Hey, remember that ladder match you did?" and blah blah blah. And they'll I liked it when this happened, or when you did this, when you did that. When your peers are coming up and telling you that, then you've done something special. So the ladder match always kind of have a special place in my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a ladder match and the fight for the right tournament final. The winner to become the #1 contender for the TNA World Championship. Introducing first from Tampa, Florida, by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the Instant Classic, Christian Cage.
Pretty safe to say that Christian Cage has got his game face on for this matchup, and this is a return match, a rematch. The fight for the right tournament final. The #1 contender, the TNA Championship, is at stake because the winner of this match, yes, is in line for a shot at the World's Heavyweight Champion, whoever that will be, after our tag team match for the title, which is yet to come. Big advantage here, though, however, for Christian Cage, and you see it right there as he climbs up the ladder. Who's better in the ladder match than Christian Cage, Don?
Well, he's got to be brimming with confidence, knowing it is his signature match. It's a match that he's been in so many times, and it's something that Kaz just isn't quite as familiar with. But you know what? Kaz has earned the right to be here, and in his mind, this is just the next step to a title shot.
And his opponent from Anaheim, California, Kaz.
In the absence of Jim Cornette, representing TNA management on Impact, we saw Matt Morgan come down and make quite a decision. He decided that the match, the fight for the right tournament final, which we all thought that Christian Cage had won. We all thought that Christian Cage was in line for a shot at the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion. Morgan says that's not the case. We're going to have a rematch at the Genesis pay-per-view. Title shot hangs in the balance. It's a ladder match, and there you see, high above the six-sided ring, the contract hanging. Yes, the idea in this matchup is to climb up that ladder, take down that contract, win the match, and get the world's title shot.
I'll tell you, though, I have to applaud Matt Morgan for making the decision. Yes, technically it was Kaz that initiated the contact on AJ Styles and Tom Cole when they came to the ring, but it was the right thing to do. Too much is at stake. You're talking about a title shot, and I like the fact that he had the rematch made for tonight. Now, on another end, you might not like the fact that he made it a ladder match, something that Christian is so familiar with and so good at, but at least Kaz is getting that second chance.
We talked about it earlier with the Motor City Machine Guns. We also mentioned it on Thursday Night Impact, that this match has to be, this fight for the right tournament final, by far the biggest of the career of Kaz. An opportunity, Don, to prove to all of us that he belongs along with someone like the Instant Classic Christian Cage, who's accomplished so much in his career.
And you know what? No matter what happens tonight, he shouldn't hold his head low for 1 second. He has proven he can stay with the best in the world. But it's got to be something to him realizing he's this close to a world title shot. And you know what? That motivates some people beyond anything. And he's just come so far, so fast, and it's been a fun journey to watch.
Son of a bitch! Whoa. Referees positioned outside the ring, Andrew Thomas and Earl Hebner here at ringside, because it's not about pins or submissions in this match. It's about wearing down your opponent to the point where you feel, Don, that you can get that ladder into the ring and not have to worry about your opponent. They climb the ladder and take down the contract. Beautiful series of offensive moves. Great flurry by Kaz.
Well, Kaz is just so athletic. I mean, that's one of the things that you have to admire about him is he is so versatile, and there are so many different ways that he can beat you. He goes and grabs the ladder, but there is that inexperience in the ladder match. Takes him too long to bring it to the ring. Christian just leaps on him, and you can see how he took advantage of it.
Also have to question, Don, that it's so early in the match when Kaz tried to bring the ladder into play. I don't think he had sufficiently worn down Christian to the point where he could just use the ladder. Now, maybe he was thinking that he could use the ladder as a weapon against Christian Cage. I'm not sure. Christian Cage just unleashes the offense right there with a beautiful elbow and then takes the bottom of the boot and skids it right across the face and nose of Kaz.
Well, the key is you got to have patience. You mentioned it. This is a match of attrition. You have to have patience and take the opportunity when you can. And if you make a mistake in a match like this, it can be costly. And you can see there, Christian Cage saw Kaz coming. He did the thing he had to do. Dropped the ladder and just nailed him with the kick to the gut.
Takes Kaz, tosses him back on the apron, picks up the ladder, and just when he was going to use it as a weapon against Kaz, Kaz caught him back with a kick, and then just springboards back, and he just crashed right down onto the ladder. That move may have hurt Kaz almost as much as it did Christian Cage.
I'll tell you what, I could see blood dripping on the lip of Christian Cage, and it looked like he had his arm caught in the ladder. What a defensive move by Kaz, but he just went for it. He just turned around, jumped off of the ropes, onto the ladder, right into Christian Cage. Now, I'll tell you something.
Did you take a look right above at the eye line, right at the eyebrow of Christian Cage? I mean, the ladder match is so dangerous, Don. It is so dangerous, and we can see that Christian has been busted open when the contact was made with that ladder.
No, he's going to have a black eye for sure, and he just got it caught, and that's what happened. I mean, it's metal, and when you do a move like Kaz did, there's no telling what could happen. Look at this. Christian Cage grabbing another ladder that was underneath the ring any way that he can, and now he's got Kaz on that ramp, and look at this. Christian setting it up kind of like a bridge.
Positioning the ladder, using the ring apron on one side and the steel guardrail on the other. Back to the offensive, shoots him off underneath. Great move by Kaz to avoid making contact with the ladder. Then he takes the head of Christian and just smashes it right down in again. The bloody face of Christian Cage, and there's an elbow shot.
I'll tell you, everything that Christian Cage is trying is backfiring. You've got to give it to Kaz. He's obviously done his homework. Not intimidated him, but he just made a mistake there, and he got himself in a bad position, and Christian just kicked him right where it hurts the most, and now look at this.
Yeah, no counter for a move like that or this. Never saw it coming, did Kaz. You see both boots of Christian going directly into the face of Kaz, who then crashes down back first against that ladder, and
Think about what those rungs of the ladder do to your back. That metal, as you see the bloody face, and you got to wonder if that's going to hurt Christian in being able to see, but oh my God! He just hit him with a frog splash right on top of the ladder. You've got to be kidding me!
We got to see this again.
Look at
the looks around the ringside area. Take into consideration what you're watching here. That's someone, Don, that 235 pounds is coming off with a frog splash onto just a ladder that is just immovable. There's just nowhere for Kaz to go. You just feel the total brunt of the impact of that move.
Kaz got the brunt of it as the full weight of Christian Cage landed on him, and he had that ladder secured, like you said. And that shows you how strong those are. It is the metal ladders, and I mean, it didn't even bend. And he nailed them, and oh man, that's just, Kaz has got to be absolutely devastated. As you can see him grabbing, clutching, ribs could be broken after something like that.
A weary Christian Cage, however, as Cass tries to slide in underneath. Christian making his way up the ladder. He's got his fingertips on that contract. Cass slides in and then tossed him right down off the ladder. But Christian lands on his feet. This is the experience factor that he has in this kind of a match, where you can get tossed off the ladder, land on your feet, come right back, and then drop your opponent with a clothesline.
Well, he saw it coming, and he realized it was going to happen. There was nowhere for him to go. So he just let him do it. He let him take the ladder and push it over. And like you said, let it... Oh, what a move by Cass as he spun him around. Face first into the ladder, he's caught. Looks like his arms are stuck.
The already bloody lip, the bloody eye, the bloody face of Christian Cage has to even take more damage when he just got shot right off into the ladder, and now, oh!
He went to the well one time too often, and you almost can sense that Christian Cage was waiting for it, and when he came in, he just flung that ladder right at Cass, and this just shows you how dangerous of a match this is, and that they're willing to go through it to get a title shot.
That's the key.
How important the TNA World Championship is.
Shows you how dangerous it is, and it shows you at the same time how important this match is to these two competitors, with that World Championship shot hanging in the balance. Cass in trouble, obviously. Catapult move on the way. Look out for the ladder. God.
Nowhere for him to go. Nowhere for him to go, and it has been one brutal shot after another, Professor. Holy crap!
You look around ringside, Don, you see the looks on the faces of the fans. You see the looks on the faces of the announcers as well, as we see just how brutal, how vicious this match has been, as Christian Cage tries to make his way up the ladder in the Instant Classic. Almost can sense that he's got a world's title shot. Just tear down that contract. Here comes Cass trying to make a comeback.
But they've lost their mobility. They've been hit so many times that it's hard for them to keep their balance. And look at Cass grabbing hold of that leg, fighting with everything he's got, and he pulls it down.
You said it in the first couple of minutes of this match. It's a match of attrition, and that's really what it's become. We sensed that right from the start. We knew that this was going to be violent. We knew it was going to be dangerous. We knew it was going to be brutal, and it's all of the above.
I'll tell you, those ladders have been in play from the beginning so many times, you don't see them to the very end after they've taken care of the opponent, but they've been using them as weapons. I mean, it's just unreal. And every time you think Christian Cage is in control, Cass turns it around. When you think Cass has got it in control, Christian Cage turns it around. Now look at this. He's going to use it as a baseball bat, and he gets the rings and knocks him out. And this is Cass's opportunity right here.
Swinging the ladder like the weapon is Don described, and the contact that was made with Christian Cage drives him completely out of the ring. You see that Christian had this some sense at least to look up momentarily and get a feel for the situation on where Cass is with the ladder in regards to the contract. Cass trying to climb up, realizes that he's got to reposition the ladder so that he can reach up and grab the contract. At the same time, Christian Cage is coming up on the floor.
Well, again, by putting the ladder in the wrong spot, that cost him. If he could have got it, he's so close. He's so close. Oh my gosh. He took the ladder and just hit him right under the arm, and now he's setting it up. Both of the guys now have ladders, but it looks like Cass reeling in pain from that shot, but look at that, Christian's too far from it himself.
That desperation shot with the ladder was really Christian Cage's only option. Cass had his hands up on the contract. He was getting ready to tear it down. This is where the danger level, Don, just rises several notches. My God, look how high up they are.
This is not going to end good. There's no way that it can, and you can see both of them trying to get their balance. Both of them knowing how oh no, oh my God! Christian Cage!
Inverted DDT, yes, from several rungs up on the ladder. Guys in the truck, Keith Mitchell. You got to take another look at this.
Look at this! Oh, he just got him and hit him with that inverted DDT. You could see Cass. He knew he was in trouble, and you could see the head flop up and then go right back down.
God, the impact, just Cass crashed down. You can see the blood from Christian Cage. It's flowed from his head onto the body of Cass. Christian tries to position the ladders.
Well, you can see
both men have just taken a severe beating in this match.
No, and you can see Christian can't get his balance. Can't get his balance, and the ladder's not cooperating. So what does he do? He improvises. That's what makes him so great in a match like this. any way that he can get the victory, he will. If it means putting the ladders away and taking care of Kaz first and then just going up and getting it, that's what he'll do.
Yes, he's got the experience. He also has the success in this kind of a match. And you can see that a weary Kaz will land on his feet, float over.
Wow.
How about that for a monkey flip?
What a counter! What a counter by Kaz! I mean, he has been so impressive in a match he's not familiar with, using that athletic ability at every turn. And you can see Christian, and look at he goes right back again, and he hits him with a leg drop.
Springboard off the middle rope. The leg drop, and yes, again, the back of Christian gets crushed right against the ladder. Kaz regroups. Kaz looks around, realizes that he's got to get that ladder in position and tear down the contract if he wants to get a shot at the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion, whoever that might be after the main event tonight.
But look where Christian's located, though. It's preventing Kaz from climbing up, so he just uses it as a weapon again and just crushes him.
Almost like he suplexed the ladder onto the prone body of Christian Cage.
Now what's he doing? He's putting the ladder outside of the ropes.
Well, I could say this, for someone who really has not had much experience in a ladder match.
Pretty innovative.
I was just going to say that Kaz has got a game plan, he's got a strategy.
Too far again, though.
He's way too far away.
Is he going to try to leap for it?
I have no idea. He's going to try and climb up. He uses the ring ropes, then up, yes, to the top of the ladder.
Oh,
You're still too
dangerous.
far away.
Too far away. He can see it. He knows it's there. He knows he's close.
Oh, God, from the top. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, jeez, he broke his leg, man. That's unbelievable. Oh, if he didn't, he has to be close. He realized he couldn't get it, so he thought he'd take Christian out of it. If we can see that again, I want to show you the impact.
I had to turn away from the monitor just at the point of contact. Yeah, around ringside, you can see the looks on the faces of the fans. Look at this, guys.
Oh, my God. Christian rolled away, and he was in no man's land.
We take another look at the impact on it. How about the audio that we heard on the first replay? When you just heard at the point of contact when that impact was made with the ladder, and yes, the very unforgiving steel, and he now uses it as a weapon, does Christian, sliding the ladder, and I think he caught him flush in the back, and there it is again, right in the back.
Just using it like a sled and just sending it forward, and he's got it trapped around that ring post. His legs trapped in the rope. Christian Cage.
Kaz is toast at this point.
Oh, he's got it right here. And he's got it set up where he can lean over and get it, but
here it is.
Keep in mind their balance is
Kaz
not good.
Going to try and get back up to his feet, while Christian is just a couple of feet away, now just inches away.
Look at this.
Miraculously, Kaz comes back, but Christian kicks him off at the free leg.
But again,
there it is. He's got his hand on the contract.
Look at this. He just kicked him. He just kicked him. Unbelievable. The contract man fell, but the board's still up there that they got to bring down. Look at this. What a shot. What a shot.
What an incredible match this has been. The return match, the rematch, and yes, the fight for the right tournament final.
They're letting them know that nobody's going to be cheated. They got to go up and they got to bring the clipboard down.
That's the key. You're right, Don. The contract fell off, but the clipboard is still in place, and that is what you must take down. You've got to get possession of that clipboard and take it down to win the match.
Good call right there. Good call by the officials, and they can see it now. AJ Styles and Tomko have come out on the ramp, and it just made Kaz look at him.
There it is.
And Christian Cage is so close.
But remember, he said earlier, he said, I don't want you to come down in this match. And now, he's telling AJ to get away. Kaz fighting up there. Who's going to take down that clipboard, and who's going to get the title shot? Kaz now moving up. Can Kaz take it down?
You can see Christian Cage fighting it out. Oh, no, you can see the ladder teetering, and there they go.
Oh, God.
And look at Christian Cage. He goes over the top. And wait a minute.
Look at Kaz. Did you see the way he landed?
Look at this. It's like he's trying to get the look at what Kaz did.
He just moves it right back into place. Tear it down. What are you kidding me? He's got it. He's so close.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Kaz.
Mike today. He did it. turning real. He's got himself a title shot. And in the manner he did it was what was so impressive.
Not just the manner. The fact that he beat Christian Cage, the Instant Classic, at his own game. He beat him at his specialty match, the ladder. Yeah, it's the biggest match of your career. Soak it in, Kaz.
I'll tell you another thing. It was almost as if AJ Styles may have inadvertently distracted Christian Cage, and Kaz took advantage even with all the odds against him. And you can see Christian Cage is just furious at AJ Styles. And Tonko is holding him back here in front of us.
My God, ladies and gentlemen, what a spectacle we have witnessed in this ladder match, and we're going to look at all the highlights. This is incredible. There's the frog splash.
Look at this. Kaz was able to spin him around, but the ladder was used as a brutal weapon. There's a catapult right into the top, but Kaz had tricks up his sleeve himself, and unreal. There was that inverted DDT. Yeah, that inverted
DDT I thought was really going to win it for him. Kaz came back. The monkey flip was really impressive. Then he used the ladder as a weapon. How did he recover from that leg drop off the top of the ladder? There's the drop kick. You saw the contract fell, not the clipboard. There you see when Styles and Tomko came out, and there is the moment of truth and the moment of victory.
What a journey, how far he's come. It's unbelievable that Kaz was able to take that ladder and get it to stand back up. So he is right in front of the clipboard that held the contract, and by bringing it down, he brought down the whole package, and now he has won the fight for the right.
It's one of those matches that we'll be talking about for years. It's a career maker for Kaz.
This has been a presentation of TNA Entertainment.